All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. We're going to start a new campaign. So we're going to start Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. I actually have a copy of it's not the original printing, I doubt, but it's the original cover of the big Ifrit on the cover. And we're going to be playing through the classic Slaver series. And we'll start with A0, which is not from the original series, but a additional module written by Skip Williams, and then move through there. And maybe we won't play the whole thing because we're setting it in Greyhawk, and we'll kind of explore Greyhawk and the world around where this adventure takes place, and see what the player characters where they want to go and what they want to do in the big wide world. But I'm joined by 4 players. I'll have you guys introduce yourselves and maybe give an indication of what kind of character you might want to play. I know it's going to depend on the roles and all that, but let's go ahead and do that. So I'll introduce you from left to right, and I'll use the handle I have for you on the Roll20. So first we have Snake.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, that's an old nickname that I had from airborne days after I went to mech infantry. So airborne is death from above. So since I was then mech infantry, we created Snakeborn for death from below. But anyway, that became my handle. My character name will be Veer, and I intend to play a martial type character, preferably of ranger. That's all I had.
Great. And next we have Greyhawk.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greyhawk. First actual name is Jacob, and I might be the relative newbie to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons because, to be totally upfront, this is actually my first time playing AD&D at the table. But I've enjoyed AD&D for at least the past 25 years, mostly through the major computer RPGs, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale. I've even played the old 1987 Pool of Radiance, which was first edition. So I actually do have copies of the first edition books as well. The beautiful Trampier PHP cover for the big idol, and the Ifrit DNG and the like, and Slave Lords is just such a classic set of modules here. I haven't looked at them in a long time, so hopefully I'm spoiler free. But I'm really looking forward to playing.
All right, and next we have the person I know his first name, but he's going to go by Lone apparently here. So you can introduce yourself, Lone, and.
Yeah, my name is Tim J-Row. I'm in Amarillo, Texas at the moment. I've been playing since I was around 15 years old, so that goes all the way back to 1978. We started out, there was really no books at the time, so but I've been playing first edition, second edition, and then we've played a lot of other game systems along the way. So I still have all my original books, and I'm thinking about, depends on my roles, I think I'm going to run a gnome illusionist thief today. And I'm not sure what my character's name is going to be, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys and starting a new adventure.
Right, great. And then finally we have, I guess we'll call him Woolsey because we have 2 Tims. Is that okay?
That'll be fine.
Okay. You don't want to introduce yourself?
Okay. Yeah. My name's Tim. Actually, the aforementioned Tim and I have been playing since the mid '90s together. We've played a wide variety of games, from D&D to Cyberpunk to Shadowrun, and just all sorts of games. We've been gaming together for a long time. We do enjoy going to some cons together as well. Do lots of tabletop gaming. I will probably end up running some sort of a caster today, possibly a cleric magic user multi-class. So not really sure. It just kind of depends on what everybody else rolls up and what's needed. So looking forward to playing today. This is my first time playing an online type game like this. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining me. I do not have the Trampier cover. Alas, I don't know what happened to my old Trampier Player's Handbook, but I did pick up a copy of the, I guess, a reprint with the Easily Magic User cover on it. And then for, I don't know if we'll use it. Well, it depends on what the characters build, but I did throw that on the table. Unfortunately, I only have, because my Unearthed Arcana fell apart a long time ago. It had a, I don't know if you guys experienced that, if you ever got Unearthed Arcana. Maybe you thought that was Anathema anyway. But the Apocryphal Unearthed Arcana, I have a reprint from Drive-Thru. But fortunately, I do have the Dungeon Master's Guide, which, as you know, Gary says that only the GM can read. So we're going to start character creation. And I'm going to turn to page to read from the tome of Gary. We're going to use method 1. Apparently, if it's method 1, it must be his preferred method. All scores are recorded and arranged in the order the player desires. 46 are rolled, and the lowest dice is discarded. So we're doing 46, drop the lowest, put him anywhere you like. I think that gives the players more flexibility in what kind of character they're going to play. So we'll do that. And you can, hey, I know that some of you have rolled, have used Roll20 for the first time, or are using it for the first time. You can roll physical dice and just record it. We will check here. You should be able to open any of the characters, and you should probably claim one of them for yourself. Or maybe I can assign them. Maybe we'll just go down the line. So Snake 1, Greyhawk 2, Lone 3, and Woolsey 4, and 5 will be for anyone else who might join us. So you could take that character sheet as your own, maybe rename it, and then we can get onto the rolls on the chat if you want. You could roll them, or you could roll physical dice. I trust you guys. We've been playing this for a long time. There's no need to fudge dice, right? So. Yeah, and there's a couple, you could just do it manually. Like there's for the first time Roll20 users, there's a dice on the left side, and you can just click on that, and like I'll do it right now. I'll roll 46. I did it twice, and then I'd have I dropped the 2 there, right? So you can do it that way, and if you press the up arrow key, it'll just re-roll that same sequence for you. There might be macros to use that you could do this, but we don't need to get into that, I don't think. Right. So you could just write down your numbers or roll them on your tabletop. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
Ooh. You're taking they got an 18 already?
Yeah, now there's a roll.
Wow. Something I love about AD&D, I'll have commentary while these guys are doing this. I always love I don't know why, I love the percentile dice strength. So maybe Snake will make a martial character. I think that's what he said anyway. And maybe he won't be a very smart character or a very charismatic character, but he'll be hella strong. Wow.
Well, hell, I get an 18, and then I have a 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need one more roll.
I forgot to mention what classes and races I was favoring. To be honest, I'm somewhat favoring just bog standard human. If I'm lucky enough to get incredible stats, maybe that opens up dual classing later. Probably kind of favoring just a good old fighter because I like AD&D's quirks. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about playing. And I'm with you, Carl. I love percentile strength. It always seemed really cool to me that, 1 in 100 really strong people are like Herculean strength.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, so far, so good for Woolsey.
So I'm not putting that 18 in strength because I'm hoping to make a ranger, but just out of curiosity, let's see what happens when I roll what I would have had if it was strength.
Okay. Oh.
88, not bad.
Are you sure? What?
Well, you have to. If I can make a ranger work, which I don't think I can because I only got 2 scores above 10.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, you can just you can default to fighter. I mean, hey, if you got a line of fighters and spellcasters behind them, that's a pretty good it's a pretty good group, I think. So,
All right, I'm gonna roll my 6. Okay, got one good roll in there.
yeah, you got a 15 and a 14 so far for the 2 rolls that you did. And then it looks like a 10 and an 11 and a 12. I think you got one more, right? Yeah. And that one is unfortunately your a 7.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have a bunch of low charisma gangsters in this game. That's pretty cool. That's funny.
You know, I'm actually debating if I should really be if I should go defensive and put my 17 into dexterity instead for the armor class bonus, or should I just keep it in strength since it's the prime attribute.
Right. All right. So for people who've never played AD&D, there are 6 attributes. There's strength, and I guess intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, and charisma. I'm reading those in order of how they appear in the player's handbook. And like we had mentioned already, so strength, everything's 3d6 more or less, but we're using 46 drop the lowest. So 3 to 18 are the scores. And as we mentioned already, if you get an 18, you get to roll for this like super heroic strength, and you get to put a double zero, roll percentile dice and then put that in your strength. So for a Snake who rolled that 18, if he keeps it in strength, he'll have an 1888. It'll be a +2 and a +4. So +2 to hit and +4 to damage. So if you're familiar with D&D, I mean, this is kind of very similar throughout every edition of D&D. Sort of this bonuses to hit, bonuses for damage, for strength. And then you have weight allowance, open doors, and bend bars, lift gates. I guess I could. I hope that the player character sheet is pretty self-explanatory, but let me know if you guys have any questions. I think you can put things on there when you get to it and the like. So then intelligence, which is usually right in the modern D&D, it's like strength, dex, con, but here it's SIW, strength, intelligence, wisdom is the way it's listed. Let me see on the character sheet if they recapitulate that. Yeah, they do. So intelligence, again, it's mainly for spellcasters, for magic users, and maybe our gnome illusionist. Wisdom is sort of the purview of clerics and maybe rangers as well, who are spellcasters. I think it could be a requirement for being a ranger. Dex, thieves, and constitution. Constitution and charisma are kind of those stats that aren't like prerequisites, but probably required to make the cut for a particular type of class. So we'll see where the players are at here, rolling their characteristics. You can see the rolls on the right there in the chat. Low is pretty solid, about average, right?
Do what?
Pretty solid, about average. I don't know if that's.
I got a bunch of 13s because we're dropping the lowest one, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of 13s.
Does that help you make anything or?
Well, I'm looking at the minimum and maximum on things to make sure that I'm able to do things. And then also we're going to allow the race adjustments and age adjustments, correct?
Right. We will allow those. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to try to run roll as much as possible rules as written. So maybe after people have gotten their characters into some semblance, then we can discuss some of those. But there definitely are adjustments for race in this game.
Yeah, they're on page 14 of the first
On page
edition.
14, yeah, dwarves, elves, half orcs, and halflings. No adjustments for gnomes.
No. In the past, I think some people have used the given the gnome the dwarf one, but I'm not going to.
No.
But in the DMG, there are age adjustments for gnomes. So
Right. Oh yeah, that's kind of fun. That's good, fun detail. To do for your characters. I think.
all that's on page 12 and 13 of the DMG.
Like the stuff by heart.
Like I said, I've been playing for a long time. I used to roommate with 5 guys, and that was what we did on the weekends. Was we would play D&D, and I mean we got it to where we could roll up a character in 10 minutes, and
Oh dang.
got a bunch of homegrown dungeons, and we didn't play many modules. We just came up with our own stuff.
Yeah. Well, I actually am ready if we do get into some encounters. It just takes 10 minutes. I don't know if it will take 10 minutes, but I don't think so.
No,
Maybe a half an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So how are things going for people? Any decisions?
I think I'm probably going to end up running just a straight cleric. You got to have a healer. And my tribute song, me, myself, was kind of a multi-class, I don't believe.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think I'm going to hold true to what I threw out earlier. Looks like I'm probably going with a human fighter. I do qualify for elf, but my only hesitancy there is that if we're going rules as written, elves having spirits rather than souls, if I recall correctly from the DMG, means that they cannot be raised from the dead if they go down.
Yeah, that's a consideration.
So
but elves are also they don't have to sleep. They're immune to sleep spell. They cannot get paralyzed by ghouls.
And they get they get the vision bonuses and the
Right.
secret doors and +1
Yeah.
hit with elven weapons.
Yeah, just don't die.
Like you're playing an elf. There's no reason why you should go down.
Yeah. Well, so being said, I think that's probably maybe it's a good time to introduce the first house rule about death at 0. I may incorporate. Feel free to I may incorporate the Unearthed Arcana variant where you can go to -10, I believe. Did you use Unearthed Arcana alone?
I'll speak for him. Yes, we do. I think he's in concentration there.
For what it's worth, I'm pretty sure that death at -10 is the standard rule out of the DMG anyway, though. But
Okay.
death at 0 is definitely the way it was done in BX.
And BX, right? Yeah. Yeah, apologies in advance because I have played a lot of BX and BECME too, so sometimes those things match in my head. But feel free to point things out or correct. I don't mind that at all. I come from a background of academia. We are always criticized. So
Hey, Carl, how are you doing hit points for first level?
let's do max hit points at first level
Okay, thank
for
you.
survivability.
Good, because I just rolled a 3 for hit points.
And I think going up in subsequent levels, you can either just take the average or roll your choice, right? So, but if you roll low, you roll low in subsequent levels. I mean, that's them's the breaks. But you can also just take the average.
Okay, Carl.
Yep.
I'm looking. I don't meet the minimum dexterity for a thief or an illusionist. I don't meet the minimum intelligence for a illusionist. So I'm gonna have to figure something out.
Wow, there's a minimum dex for a thief.
No, I'm sorry. That's minimum dexterity for an illusionist is 16. So it's not a thief. Well, the minimum dex for a thief is
It's
a
like 9.
is a 9.
Right? Yeah.
But the minimum dexterity for illusionist is a 16.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to be a illusionist.
Okay.
And since I'm ugly,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think you can be uglier than me. I got a 4 in my charisma,
Oh, dang.
and I'm a half elf. I had to go half elf because the minimum for an elf was above that.
That's amazing.
People confuse you for half orc.
Hey, that you know, in the truth be told, in the Slaver series, that might not be a disadvantage.
That's true. If we're venturing the Pomars, it's totally overrun with orcs. So,
And if you guys are all ugly humans, I mean, that's great, or whatever.
now you're making me regret putting my 12 into charisma instead of intelligence or wisdom.
Well, yeah, you got to talk to people sometimes. And then henchmen eventually too, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, that's part of the. I think that's a very underused advantage trope rules that people use in both BX and AD&D as henchmen. I think they're so used to 3.5 and above, or 3 and above, 3.5 and above, where it's kind of like you're your own person, your own character. And there's this lack of an idea of like, hey, we need to hire some people to help us at the very least haul our loot back, or help fill up the ranks in the fight, right? So I think henchmen is definitely something we can take advantage of at some point. I think I need to do a few more things here. I think four is good. I think group.
So just out of curiosity, are we going to be picking deities? Are we going into that, or?
Yeah, is there any deity? I have the or I had. I don't know if I still do. I have the World of Greyhawk book or PDF open. Does have like a deity list in it. So any particular deity that you would like?
Well, I'm probably going to go with a neutral good cleric. Okay. I do have a legend lore, and I don't know if I should pull that out or not, or if you want to just shoot off a couple. I'm going to end up being a human cleric.
Okay, human cleric.
Yes. So I don't know if I should search to it, or if you wanted to list off.
No, I can list off a few. They had in the Greyhawk box set, the old Greyhawk box set. They have like deity. They have like even the stats for the deities, a la deities and demigods. But they also have some lists, like what the kind of big deities and medium deities, etc. Right? So I guess gotta find that list here.
So I'm feeling inadequate right now because with a intelligence of 7, my half elf can still speak Common, Alignment language, Elvish, Gnome, Halfling, Goblin, Hobgoblin, Orcish, and Gnoll. And yet, I think my real life intelligence is above that, and I struggle speaking English more than English.
So let's see. So Pelor is a neutral good deity. Sun, strength, light, healing. That's one of the greater gods. And then Biori, Bokob are neutral deities. Biori being like the Earth Mother, and Bokob being the god of magic and knowledge. And I think, yeah. So we're looking for neutral good, right?
Yes, I am.
And then there's some lesser gods. There's Atora, who's spring in the east wind. Bieri is home, family, and architecture. Ilona is flowers, forests, and meadows. Usually the god of rangers, Ilona, if I remember correctly. And Farlangan is the god of horizons, distance, and travel.
Oh, that sounds good.
And then there's a neutral leaning towards good deity of fire, volcanoes, anger, and quarrels, Jorami. And Miras is love and beauty. So that's cool. But yeah, Farlangan, I'll put that in the chat. and I'm sure I could find a logo online for you at some point.
Remind me one more time. We're using the stat adjustments for age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you roll up like an old man?
Human fighters do a 15 plus D4, so this guy's 19 years old.
Oh, dang.
I put some young adults, so subtract a point of wisdom, add a point of con.
Okay.
And 15 con. Do I get a con modifier? I do.
You do.
You know what page the age is at? I think I better.
1213 of the DMG.
I got my player's handbook.
Figures. I did. Going through the there's that table in the DMG for the secondary skills characters can have, sort of represent like what you were doing before you became an adventurer, or like trade skills you picked up. And of course, my 76, no skill of measurable worth.
Is that your 19-year-old?
Yep,
The 19-year-old. Hey, well, you know, he's looking for jobs.
that's right.
All right, so here's a blast from the past. I just opened up my Dungeon Master Guide,
Yeah.
and here's a letter I wrote to David Zeb Cook probably almost 40 years ago. I'll have to read that later.
Oh, wow.
All right, you said page 12 to 13 for age?
Yeah. All right, so this is our first handout. So we'll be playing or starting here in the Nesser Peninsula, in the town of Darkshelf, which is also on a river, a tributary of the mighty Nesser. There, and this map, a screenshot coming from the website Anna Meyer's Map of the Flanaess, which is pretty cool map to check out. So this peninsula is on the sea, between the Sea of Girnot and Kelnor Bay. So it is actually across the Sea of Girnot from the Palmarge, which is interesting. And caught in between, the peninsula is kind of, I don't know if it's probably tacitly related, or a vassal Darkshelf might be of the kingdom of Nerond, but it is also near the Empire of the Brightlands to the northwest. So, and it is, and the Great Nat Marsh and the Brackenmoor lie to the north. Those could be possible adventure places to go if you guys get bored of chasing down the slavers or anything, or in between adventures, in between the main adventures. That's kind of my plan, is to, right, we have some adventures we want to hit, but if the players find a hook or have something maybe that they've decided in their background that could be interesting, when we can go from there or go to that. So definitely, it's still, Greyhawk is a big sandbox, and yes, we are interested in pursuing the Slaver series, maybe to completion, but you never know how things go, right? So, all right. So where's everyone at?
So actually, I'm logging everything on my paper. I'm having problems finding a character sheet online to fill it out.
Oh, okay. Right. So if you go to the little book, Woolsey, if you go to that little book symbol up there, you could take player 4 or 5, and you can fill out your character sheet. I don't know if you see that. It should be available. So there's like the little chat on the far right. There's like a chat dialogue. There's like a painter's easel, And I guess it looks like a book to me. Maybe it looks like a CD case to others or a hard drive case.
Okay, I see it. Gotcha.
And then there's characters under there and player
Yeah. Yeah, I've got it now.
Okay. And you could fill that out. So it's the only sheet available right now on Roll20. There was a legacy sheet that I've used for other games that I liked a little better, but this one looks like it's pretty good. I also have for you guys a loot handout that should be editable. I'll make sure that you guys can. Yeah, you should be able to edit and add changes to it. I think Lone is familiar with what we do in another game, in a Hyperborea game. So you can add to it or whatever. All right. And just to let us and the listeners know, Darkshelf is a small mining community in western Nerond, so on the coast of the Sea of Girnot. And it is situated on the Pelira River. That's Pelyra. This is our starting point. And the Pelya River, I'm looking at the Great Library of Greyhawk Wiki, is a river in western Nerond and it exits into the Sea of Girnot near the village of Darkshelf. So I guess they associate it's at the frontier edge of the Kingdom of Nerond. Any questions for me so far? Oh, I was going to find you a symbol. So,
Okay, using my race adjustment and my age adjustments, I'm going to be a half-orc cleric fighter. Strength 15th, intelligence 9, wisdom 14, dexterity 13, constitution 14, and charisma 6. I've looked at all my maximums and minimums, and I've done all those properly. My secondary skill table was animal husbandry.
Oh, wow. Cool. Well, that is cool.
How are you wanting to equip us?
Oh, right. Yeah, we get to roll, right?
Yeah.
There's like a starting base and but the one thing then on the cleric fighter, I'm not limited on cleric weapons.
Oh, right. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I mean, we could kind of make it sort of right. So you know how like second edition, the clerics had like weapons that we could make it. I can't remember the name. I can't. The word is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. We can make it thematic. There you go. You can make it thematic, and if you pick a deity whose favorite weapon or whatever, using a later edition parlance, that could be kind of cool. All right, but cleric. So yeah, the on page 35 of the player's handbook, we can roll for starting money. But it is possible. Don't forget to ask your patron for equipment if you feel like you're falling short of things that you might need. Right. And then you can refer to the costs from page 35 to 36, etc. So for Lone and Wolsey, do you guys use the armor class adjustment table regularly in your games?
I don't know if we figured that out back when we were playing, did we?
Well, it's on page 38 for those who are following along in the player's handbook. But it basically kind of is this table, has all the different weapons, and then the length, space required, speed factor, which is important in the first round of combat. And then your armor class adjustments, which depending on the type of armor someone is wearing, can be a plus or minus to hit. I don't know if anyone's ever used that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think we ever got into that, the complicated part of that. We did concealment, but I don't know if we did armor class.
It's interesting. Yep. I know that in second edition they kind of simplified that to blunt, edge, and piercing adjustments. That was an optional rule. So the symbol for Farlangan, I kind of put a link there for you, Wolsey, for Farlangan. It's very simple. It's a disc with the curved line representing the horizon. So you could just get a rock and carve it out. That's your holy symbol. Flat rock and carve it out, and that's your holy symbol. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. It's interesting. That's a pretty cool wiki. It just kind of tells about different things about the deity.
In the Unearthed Arcana rules, you can take... since fighters start with 4 weapon proficiencies, I can take 2 specializations, right? Or do you only get 1 weapon specialization?
I believe. I mean, I'll look that up in a second. So this is the symbol of kind of a representation of the holy symbol of Farlangan. Right. And let me look that up for you. In Unearthed Arcana, I think it's only 1 specialization unless you're a ranger. If I recall correctly, it has been some time, but this is exciting to me. As the memories come flooding, the memories and nostalgia come flooding back. Yeah, so for fighters, it's 4 weapon proficiencies. And we're looking at specialization, right? Is that what the specific question?
Right. The language talks about it in the singular. But since I have 4 proficiencies, in theory,
I think you can use 2 of them. Yeah, you could get 2, right?
Right. In theory, I could do 2, or I could do 1 specialization and 2 more weapons. I could just go with 4 weapons.
Right.
Probably pays to specialize here due to the bonuses you get.
Well, here's what it says: if weapon specialization is to be practiced by a fighter or ranger, that decision must be made when the character is initially created. So it counts as 2 proficiency slots. And that is, a fighter may choose a weapon of specialization in addition to 2 other weapons of proficiency to count for the character's initial allotment of 4 proficient weapons. So then I believe when you, at a later time, you can double specialize in your weapons. I think you can only choose 1.
Okay.
So refresh my memory. What does a helmet do?
I think it's assumed that the helmet comes with the armor that you're wearing. I don't think there's a specific...
There's a discussion in the rules about wearing a great helmet and how that could specifically affect head armor, but since there's no called shots in AD&D as rules is written, I always thought that was really weird. I think that's for that kind of... And the great helmet there... the best way that I always conceptualize it is like, this is if you're running like a tournament, like jousting helmet that is big and cumbersome and comes with those penalties. I think it's assumed that armor completely covers the body, includes head protection.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. There's really no, like you said, there's no hit location per se.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my equipment and stuff.
Right.
So if I get 4 as a fighter, I'm going to specialize in Bastard Sword. And that gives me 2 left, so I'm looking at Short Bow and Dagger.
My terrible gold roll there. I'm really having to economize here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to think this kid I'm playing here. When he got that no skill measurable worth, he wasn't exactly applying himself to save up very much.
Yeah, I think this character sheet. I think we're using weapon proficiencies, but not. I mean, there's no space. We're using secondary skills, not really the proficiencies, like the non-weapon proficiencies that are available. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want to do that? Do we need that minutia? Lone and Wolsey, have you guys used non-weapon proficiencies in your games?
Yeah, actually, I do. It's more of a 2nd edition thing. I kind of introduced that to Lone, as a matter of fact, several years ago. I'd say several.
That's 2E, right?
Yeah, that's 2E.
Well, technically, it's like technically it's Unearthed Arcana, Wilderness, and Dungeoneer Survival Guide, right? That's when they introduced non-weapon proficiencies. Also in the Oriental Adventures book, so they have that stuff. But yeah, they went full on as part of the rule set in 2E. Yep, that's cool. So already on like getting equipment, huh?
It's funny here because the attribute rolls that I got, I was thinking, maybe I want to put the high roll into dexterity, even though it does lose me the 10% XP bonus and the hit adjustment on strength, but 17 strength is not overwhelming. But the problem is that with only 80 gold, it's like, okay, I can pick between having a longbow or armor. You don't get both.
Yeah, well, maybe you'll find stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I might have to specialize in bows here. I'm starting to kind of like the idea of playing a character with archery specialization, but he's not going to have a bow if I actually want to have some armor here, because if I get a longbow, that's 60 gold pieces.
Wow. Fun things to consider.
So I have 17 gold left over. I'd be willing to donate 15 of it to you.
Let me do some math here to figure out how much I need for all the equipment.
All right. Is anyone finished?
Close. I'm trying to figure out how to stick in my weapons and armor into this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can, if we want to get to playing, we can just do that manually, and then make it automated for the next time. It's not a big deal to me. That's easier. But if you can figure it out, awesome. It makes things automated, right? Because you can choose, it looks like in this character sheet you can choose your attack matrix and everything, which is kind of neat.
Are you familiar with Max Pack?
With the what?
The Max Pack?
Max Pack?
Yes.
No.
It makes roll up character a little faster. That's how Tim was able to roll them up so fast for so many years. Because the miscellaneous items, the brooches, that type of stuff, they have it divided up into thieves and warriors and everything, where you can just buy a bundle. And you pay
where is that information located, or is that just
It was something we found that they use in a tournament.
Oh, right. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, let me look, because this is these are tournament modules, or the A etc. are. So let me check.
I can probably go find one in my papers and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go work on that in a minute.
So I'll look too through my my document.
It's by calling it in the cloud. And it's page 37 or something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I can see like they give
Earl, do you play with weight?
I mean, we probably should monitor it, and I think it only comes into problem when you guys start collecting a bunch of gold. I kind of hand wave it.
Okay.
In our Hyperborea game, but I think they
track of weight. So, but remember, I got an 1888 strength too. So.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I don't really worry about it until people are like trying to haul like thousands. We'll use common sense, like people trying to haul thousands and thousands of gold pieces, right? Because usually you can just carry, encumbrance wise. Usually, I mean, especially if you're in the military, you can kind of carry or hike a lot. You can carry, a backpack and weight and distribute it, so it's not really encumbering. So, so I think it's only an issue if it, if you become like that stereotypical picture that shows that's like 3.5 era that shows that hero with all these weapons sticking out of everywhere, and then or again if you trying to carry lots and lots of gold.
Yeah, is there a way for me to drop pictures into the chat? I have the one that makes that up.
Oh yeah, you could do it. You could drop it in the Discord, and then I can transport it over as a handout.
Perfect. It's this one. It's sufficiently old school as well.
Oh, all I see is the picture. Is that you're trying to do a what? Is that your guy?
No, that is the picture about carrying too much junk.
Yeah. That's funny. So yeah, I mean, as long as we don't abuse it, it doesn't become an issue. I mean, I guess if you're, it's only an issue when you're trying to like really like run away from things and you're carrying a bunch of gold, right? So maybe probably not necessarily the weights of your items, but when it comes to gold, we probably have to include that weight if you're trying to run with a chest of gold, or we'll just use common sense and play it by ear as we go.
Did not seem to automate my weapons or my armor, so now I'm trying to get those stats.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what's the important thing. The people who are watching can see sort of the cover in a way, the black and white art that highlights the danger at Darkshelf Quarry, which is A0. Again, it is actually an adventure that was written for AD&D by Skip Williams in the sort of anniversary edition that has A0, A1, and an A1 through A4, right? So this is A0. Since the modules, I'll show them. Right. So this is A1, A2, A3 here. And finally, if we get to it, A4. But since this is not a tournament, that's the most curious thing. I mean, I don't know if you know the history or the provenance maybe of the A modules, but sometimes groups in campaign play don't get to A4. So we'll see how that goes here. But A0 was added, so A0 Danger at Darkshelf Quarry was added again for the sort of compilation tome of the Slavers Against the Slave Lord series, and it's written by Skip Williams, who from 3.5 era D&D. But A1 is Slave Pits of the Undercity, and then Secret of the Slaver Stockade being A2, Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords being A3, and then A4 in the Dungeons of the Slave Lord, which is kind of cool that I have them. How's everyone doing?
It's a lot slower to do that on the computer than just writing it down. I can say that, at least for me.
That's fine. I mean, again, if you feel like you're ready, it doesn't have to be all entered, and we can just play. But I want to know where everyone else is at with buying stuff, or if they feel like their character's ready to go, and then we can take a break at that point, maybe 5 minutes, and then maybe play out the intro scene and maybe another scene or two.
I'm getting very close.
Okay.
Hey, so if I took as a fighter, if I took that weapon specialization, that gives me an extra 2 to hit, right?
Yes, a +1 to hit and +2 damage.
All right, so I already have a +2 to hit, so that would be +3 to hit. Broadsword. I wrote that down.
So, Lone, how is your half-orc looking?
Pardon me?
How is your half-orc looking?
I've got everything but equipment, I think. I'm just starting to add. I wrote it all down on a piece of scratch paper. Now I'm adding it onto the character sheet.
You know what deity?
A deity?
You know what deity? Because it's a half-orc cleric fighter, right?
Right.
Well, if I may rely on the kindness of my party mates for probably just 5 gold pieces, I can at least set up a scale mail, a long sword, a short bow, and still I should get a backpack 60 arrows, and a week of standard rations. I have to rely on probably other people to bring on the other adventuring equipment. Oh, I don't have any water skins.
There's a river nearby.
Okay, well, I've seen too many of Kev's games on his channel where, oh boy.
I mean, like, I think in the initial adventure, you probably won't have to worry about, like, survival type stuff. If you guys like, leave the confines of Darkshelf, etc., then, you know, hopefully you'll have money and reward by then, so you can buy all that good stuff or find stuff, you know.
Right. Well, thankfully, a lot of that equipment's pretty cheap. It's the weapons and like they're expensive. I'm still inclined to actually take that longbow specialization because that will come in handy when I finally get one. So this character evidently must have practiced and trained with it, and then his family or instructor said, "No, you don't get this if you're going out into the field."
That's funny.
So I had that 15 gold. I'm willing to give to anybody that needs it.
Yep.
Yeah, if I could spot 5, that'd be useful. That'd let me get, I think, all the basic equipment that I need.
Yep, you can have 5, and there's 10 available for anybody else that needs it.
Thank you.
I already deducted it from my character sheet. I only showed 2 gold in my inventory. Well, I deducted the whole 15, but yeah, whoever needs it.
Okay, and then you starting hit points, did you say
Max.
max?
Yeah. So you'll guess me 9 plus con. Right.
Right, I don't have a constitution bonus.
Yeah. That I put on Discord a possible picture for your half-orc cleric.
Okay. What alignment?
I don't know. That's up to you, but hopefully not. Well, I don't know. You got neutral good cleric already.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's good.
No, we have a neutral good cleric already in the group. Woolsey's a neutral good cleric.
No, are you saying you want to use that as a
Yeah.
a token?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll make a handout with the greater and lesser gods of the Flanays.
Should our characters be hailing from anywhere in particular in the Flaness, or just come from anywhere?
I think they can come from anywhere. I mean, we're in at the edge of the kingdom of Neron, but you know, it can kind of be.
Yeah.
I mean, Darkshelf's on a peninsula. There's port cities nearby.
Right. I only tempted to roll on the table from the glossography.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting too. I mean, I guess as long as you're not from like what Olmec, the jungle area, Olmec.
Right.
That'd be kind of weird.
Hey, reorienting myself to 1E. A high strength does not affect the 2-hit or damage of ranged attacks, right? Just melee attacks.
Right.
Correct. You only get that if you have specially made equipment.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was setting up my range right.
I think for thrown weapons, though, you can use strength for damage, but it's not to hit. Is that correct?
Possibly, but I'm talking a bow, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about bows too, and I know that that's in the core books that talks about how you can get specially made bows that allow you to use your strength bonus to gain damage, but that requires a craftsman to make it for you, essentially, or for it to probably be like a magic item. You don't get that off the bat.
Yeah, not too worried about that. I'm a fighter, so the bow is just for when they're not in range. But I do have a hefty damage bonus for either. Get that +4 for just my strength.
Beautiful.
And then the double weapon specialization, that was +2 to damage, so yeah, that gives me +6 damage.
Dang. But here's a the gods of the Flanes and Earth. People need to check that out. And Wolsey had decided to choose Orlangan, Horizons, Distance, and Travel. If anyone else has like an interesting picture concept for their character, they can drop it in the Discord and I can sort it out.
Hey, Carl, I
Yep.
think I am done with my character sheet. If you want to bring it up and take a look to make sure you don't think I missed anything that I need to work on.
Yeah, you just need, I guess, a name and a... Oh, you did go with the 1888. I see.
Yeah, so I couldn't get anywhere close to a ranger with my bow. So
Is it like, okay, broadsword. So if you do the broadsword, you can check it and see how that looks. Why does it go 3, 4, 6? That's weird. I don't know what the damage...
Damage versus small, damage versus.
I know, but it says
large.
346.
Oh,
Oh, there's a plus 332 somewhere of damage.
I think there was a mistake made on the entry then, because that shouldn't be plus 332.
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't see that on the character sheet. So I'm wondering where you're... Oh, there it is. I see it.
Massive damage, save or die.
That should just be plus 6 damage.
Yeah, probably and then probably take off the plus 6 and the plus 6, the plus 6 and the plus 6 and the it should be 2d4 and yeah, like you did it. You just did there. 346 damage. The dragon dies. You win the campaign.
So since we're using the attack matrix, worth asking for rules now. So is it going to be that a natural 20 is not necessarily an automatic hit then?
I think a natural is that I'll ask Tim. That's a good Tim and Tim, Lone and Woolsey. What do you guys use a house rule for crits or how does that work? I think a 20 is still an automatic hit.
I think a 20 is an automatic hit as long as it doesn't need to be hit by an actual weapon or something special like that.
Yeah, because the attack matrix obviously has those repeating 20s in it, so I think it's got the assumption that it's not an automatic hit, but that became so common, that's the reason why people just started using THAC0.
Yeah, 3 plus 3 is 6.
Hey, Carl.
It's adding 6 twice for some reason. Okay, maybe because we hadn't adjusted it or fixed it.
Hey, Carl. When I press broadsword, it brings me up that 2-hit matrix.
Yeah.
You pressing that, you're not getting that. That it's not. So, like on my screen, it shows all the different ACs and what it would hit.
Yeah, I'm getting that. You're not getting that?
No, I'm getting. Well, okay. When you roll it, no, I don't see it. When I roll it, I see that big table underneath of what that score would have hit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. Yeah,
I think it's set up on Roll20 where you can turn off whether to share the matrix with the GM, and it'll show up for the player rolling it as well. But I think that it doesn't necessarily show that to all the other players though. So, for instance, your rolls, Carl, it's not showing the matrix below it for me. But if I were to make a roll with longsword here, I get the full matrix below it.
Right. Roll down. But yours, I guess, you don't have the damage on there yet. I guess. Okay.
That was just the attack roll, so I didn't roll for damage.
Okay. Isn't it incorporated? It's not. I guess it depends.
You can roll the attack roll only, or you can roll the damage roll. I don't. Maybe.
Oh yeah. I see. Yeah, I see that. Like I just pressed like to the left of the name of the weapon, right? So.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
And then I guess you would roll damage, and I don't know why something's off on that one on your character sheet. I guess it's not entered. It's not the damage and stuff's not entered yet, or
I don't know. I
do you have in use clicked?
Yes.
Interesting. Let me take a look. all these things that we're working out. This is the first time we've used this character sheet too. But it should. Ah. In use. 1d12, 1d. Huh. Let's see when I roll it. What it does. Oops. That's bizarre.
I mean, it shows you still rolled a 9, and then you compare it against the table below, so it
Yeah.
works.
Right, but then it doesn't roll damage automatically, and then I guess I get an error when I do damage.
When I rolled damage off the sheet there, because I mean, you can, if you see, I did enter in,
Yeah, I know. It's just
D8,
curious.
D12.
It's interesting. Okay. Melee's there. Ranged is there.
Primarily just going to come up with a name now, I think.
Yeah. 1d8 and 1d12. But it worked for. It's interesting. It worked for a snake. So I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, it's weird. Character repeating weapon. That's strange. Let's see what does that for short bow. And I'll check the. Yeah, something on your sheet. Oh, you can put in the. Like if you hit the little cog, it says matrix with the GM yes or no, and then it has the armor adjustment stuff if you want it.
Yeah, as well as weapon speed factor and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
Both of them.
Huh.
I do like 1E weapon speed factor is primarily used to break ties.
Right. Yeah.
Where it gets mind bending. Most, I guess the 1E vets can speak to this though. Where it gets mind bending is where you start introducing like, okay, how do we arbitrate weapon versus spell? That's where Gygax's writing gets hard to follow.
So, how's everybody doing on all their equipment? I've got a substantial amount of gold left, that's why I'm asking.
So for equipment, outside of armor, I just took the basic items: a backpack, a large belt pouch, 2 water skins, rope, a quiver, iron rations, and a tinderbox. I didn't worry about vision because I'm a half elf, so I can see in the dark.
And I did the same.
Yeah, I'm a bit short on. I'm short on adventuring equipment here. I've got a short bow, a long sword, scale armor, 60 arrows, 1 week standard rations, and a backpack. So I'm missing like a water skin, tinderbox, belt pouch. So that's like the miscellaneous things.
I can easily poach that. See, I've got 40 gold left. That's why I'm asking.
Wow.
I rolled up 150. I got chain helmet on myself, as a matter of fact. However, what I'm getting at is, should I get a guard dog?
Oh.
So, Lone, is that the name of your character too?
What's that?
Lone, your character?
Oh, I have. Yeah, I just put that in there when I. Instead of player 3, I've just put lone. I
don't know. I'm just wondering. It can be.
Yeah, no, I'll change the name here in a minute.
I'll put that that picture that I got. So you guys can like look for pictures. It'd be kind of cool to do like a I don't know, consistent style, but we'll see. I mean, definitely like when I take handouts for,
Anybody want to comment on the guard dog?
Sure. I mean, sure, get it. It should be interesting. Make sure you get a harness. Make sure you get a harness, though. I'm just saying. Hint.
Yeah. If you still have, how much does guard dog cost?
It's 25 gold.
Oh, that's not so bad. You still have that, and then we can fill out with any further adventure equipment we need.
Right.
10-foot pole, that kind of stuff.
And for that matter, I can get a donkey too, carrying stuff.
That's kind of cool.
I say go for it.
The donkey's only 8 gold. That'd be 33 out of the 40.
We got our first character up, representing. Well, we can change the name as we need to. See what it does. So, you have like a hit point thing. It dies. Hit points. Yeah.
I'm not sure where to put that stuff though. A donkey and a guard dog on here.
All right. Let me check the character. That's Bronson, right?
Yes.
This is an alternate tab for stuff. Mount. At the very end, it says mount. Nice. We can put it there.
The bar, I see notes.
Under equipment. Under equipment, it has like carried, not carried, mount. Oh, that's where you put it. Maybe under other, I guess. You have all already. I guess it'll work. It could work under there. Just put your mounts under there, under equipment.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm just at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it under because you had all selected. So, then you have mount. Or you can put stuff on your mount or not, right? So it's cool. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Got Zork up. It's like it seems like the hardest thing is picking a name and finding a cool picture.
Well, for some inspiration, I popped open my copy of the Hyperborea book, actually, and I rolled a name off the help table. So this will be Ryodon.
Right. Riordan.
So-
Riordan.
Riordon, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Riordan. Okay. Cool.
So let me put that in my display name.
Yep. You guys could do that too. Put your display name.
Yeah, so I went with Vera as my character name, but I do have an image. What I don't see is in the character sheet where to put that in there to change the two.
Yeah, you have to go edit
Okay.
and put it there. And then if you could drop it in the Discord, then I can make a token like I did with Zorik.
So, real quick, do I need to worry about the components for Twilight Moon?
I think that's another. Generally, if they're like really cheap stuff, no. But if it's for expensive things,
If I have clutch diamonds or something like that.
right. Or you can just have like a generic spell component pouch for inexpensive spell components, right? So,
Right.
well, Cure Like Wind's only verbal somatic.
Okay.
There's some easy ones that you don't even need, like create water, a drop of water.
And do I need to list my spells that I have? Like I said, I don't have one right now. It's Twilight Moon.
Yeah, you should put it on there. I mean, I think there might be a way to.
I don't think this is adding my Dex bonus. Yeah, it's just an unmodified 14 on there.
Right. On the this is for Jordan.
Yeah, I think I'll just I assume that the 2-hit magic, all those little categories are supposed to be just for the weapon, but for simplicity, I'm tempted to put my my missile adjustment in that 2-hit column, so I don't have to manually add that in every time we do it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what has to be added. I don't know.
All right. No big deal. We're just learning the sheet mechanics.
Yeah, learning the sheet. Normal.
So I decided to go against Donkey with the. Can I get get the term a carrier somebody carry my stuff? Or are we going to have access to hire people? Or?
Yeah, you'd be able to like hire people. You can go through that process.
Get
I think that's an in-game thing.
some porters and hirelings.
Yeah. I don't know why like Snake's sheet worked and yours doesn't.
What if I turn off this in-use thing here? So no, it's still showing all that.
No, he put all the +3 to hit, +1 to hit. He put all that in. So I don't know if that did anything. That might do something. That's the only difference I see.
Huh.
So looking at his character sheet, actually, okay, never mind. I was looking at the longsword. Look at a short bow.
I think this is done. How about I share this with you now?
What are you trying to do?
I think that's the character sheet done.
Okay.
Yeah. Pardon me?
Share it.
That was my question.
Yeah, I can just take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, who was that? Yeah, I can just look at. Yeah, Bronson. I can just take a look at it. Yeah, I mean it should be fine. I guess we got to test. The biggest thing is testing the weapons. Right, like the flail here. See how that goes. Yeah, see, yours works, and then you can roll damage from it. You know, if you hit or not. I like that.
Okay. Take a look at his sheet and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
So the one thing I see different is in your sheet it says damage type. You got a P there. Mine's just blank. I don't know if that'll affect it, but it's
I don't think so.
Different.
I could try erasing those and see if it changes anything.
Yeah, -5. I don't know why. All right, that's weird.
So I didn't roll up hit points and everything for my guard dog. I didn't know if I should do that or do that really be the monster manual. I believe.
So 1d7 is 1 d6 +1. Yeah, and 2d8. Yeah, we can actually do that. For the
guard dog.
No.
Yeah, the guard dog. Yeah, we gotta get stats for that. They should work. I'm just checking Bronson's sheet. Yeah, see roll damage. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Gordon's sheet.
Maybe exit out of your character sheet and re-pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
And what, Lone, you need stats for a guard dog, yeah?
No, I need Wolsey.
Oh, for Wolsey.
Like you get a German Shepherd, how long they name Shepherd. I think that's appropriate, you know, for
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get it. There doesn't seem to be a material difference there, so.
Yeah, it must be on the back end, or something is wrong with that character sheet. Under Riordan.
So the one thing also that I see different is if you go under equipment to weapon and hit that plus sign, I actually loaded in my 3 weapons.
Oh, okay.
Difference?
Let's see.
Under equipment? That's weird. Okay.
Yep, under equipment, that second tab is weapon. And then make sure you change the type to weapon.
That's weird. Okay. So now we're looking up guard dog. Where's that? Do they have a dog in the monster manual? They should, right?
I believe so.
After devil, but before dragon.
Oh, I cannot see.
Dog. So like a war dog. Okay.
We got armor class of 7 or 8, something like
no,
that.
armor class. I got it. Yeah, I don't know. So armor class is 6.
Class 6.
Move is 12. Hit dice is 2+2. 1 attack. Damage is 2d4, so 2 to 8. That's all you need, really. It's got no psionics. No psionics.
No? Come on. Oh, special for dog.
It's a blink dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you roll 2d6. Really?
What? Hit dice is
7 hit points.
no. It's 2d8 plus.
Oh, 2d8. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, I just roll the dice manually.
Yeah, I mean it rolls the dice at least with everything, right? So it just
Yeah, I
doesn't-
mean, like, we're getting the attack rolls. Although, like I noted, I had to enter my dex bonus on the 2 hit for the short bow.
Mhm.
Whereas I probably shouldn't have to do that because that should be the weapon 2 hit property. It should be pulling that automatically. So something seems to be screwy with my character sheet.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some kind of syncing option that needs to be turned on still.
Mm-hmm. Let me see at the top. Let me see. There's a cog at the top. Let me see. Background, prize, initiative, ability. Well, like you said, maybe it just has to be. Maybe I can reload too. I can reload. See if that does anything. And if not, like you said, at least it rolls a d20, and we just roll damage.
Yeah,
manually.
I mean, that's the thing. If like after a session I have to keep troubleshooting this, so be it. We'll find a workaround so that we can actually play.
Yeah.
Are we considered level 0 or level 1?
You guys are first level, so no magic spell cast. Not like no arcane. I guess spell cast for the reason.
I didn't
Not yet.
Have the rolls.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Hi. Search for hirelings, or I just really emphasize the sword part of sword and sorcery.
All right. So first I have here Zorik.
Okay, so introduce myself.
Yeah. Tell me about your character. What you came up with.
I haven't got background yet, but I'm a cleric fighter. I'm just going to go neutral alignment. 23 years old. My height is 66 inches. I'm very slight on weight. I'm only 143 pounds. I rolled low on that. I'm in scale mail, and I have a large shield. I have a short bow, a bastard sword, and a dagger. I haven't figured out my spells yet, but I'm sure they're going to be cures, maybe a command. I haven't run a cleric in a while, so I'll have to look and see what the first level spells are.
Yeah. So cool. And by the green tinge of his skin, I guess he's a half orc, right? So,
Yes, half orc.
you know,
And if you read under half orc, there's the 10% of the half orcs that run as characters. They tend to look more like humans than they do orcs. They are low limited. Their charisma, I think, only has a high of a 12, and I think I have an 8.
Yeah.
So I'm.
Did you decide what deity?
Pardon me?
Decide what deity?
No, I.
Here's the.
Like I said, okay, I'll get. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a greater gods and lesser gods.
Right, and I have an old one that says unknown god, but I think I'll look up real quick.
Okay. All right. So then next we have Veer.
All All right, so Veer is a half-elven fighter. Well, I haven't really worked on a backstory. I'm assuming as a baby, the goblins raided their village and he suffered a lot of burn damage, and hence why he's uglier than Sin. So he's got a charisma of 4. And he's not too smart either, because he has an intelligence of 7 and a wisdom of 9. But he is exceptionally strong. So he's about 5'7". He's only 30 years old, so he's kind of young for a half elf. And he's wearing bandit now. I guess that's about it. And I have not chosen a deity yet either.
Okay. Yep. Bronson,
Okay.
you're muted, by the way, Woolsey.
How do I take it off mute? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess he can't unmute.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, let's go to Riordan.
Okay, so Riordan is a human fighter. He's decently strong at 14, but certainly not exceptionally strong. Quite dexterous with 17. Fairly tough, con 15. Personable, since I give him a charisma of 12, but my intelligence and wisdom are both 8, so a little unimpressive there. He's 19 years old, and I think the concept I have for him at this point is that he, since I got a really pretty low roll on the gold count, and I had to ask some of my fellows here for some extra cash to get equipped, probably wasn't doing saving too much money in his youth, but he specialized in longbows, yet he doesn't have one. So I figure he probably trained with either family or in like a city watch or something like that, and then decided that he wanted to go adventuring. Maybe in response to, since we're playing the Slavers modules, in response to the slave raids hitting the coastlines of the Flanness. So tired of just being around and being part of like a garrison and not really getting anything done, but he's got to earn his own keep now and get his own and so he's been able to afford some equipment, but he'll have a ways to go if he wants to combat this threat.
Cool. And Woolsey's having some technical difficulties. Yeah, if you can hear us, so there's like that little red microphone on the Zoom, and then at the bottom left it should be, there's audio, and you can click that on and off to mute yourself or not on Zoom. I thought I could unmute him, but nope. Guess he didn't find it.
Yeah, no problem. I can't find it.
Still looking. Nope.
I mean, on Zoom, if you move your cursor to the bottom of the tray or the window, the mute video button should appear there, where it says audio, shows the microphone.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything right now.
That's so weird. I thought there was a way to mute and unmute the participants.
I know the host can mute participants when you're hosting a Zoom call, but I think to unmute them, it pings them with a request to unmute.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not showing a microphone at all, is your audio device being picked up by the program? Like, does it still know you have a microphone plugged in?
It's asking you, Wolsey, I guess.
I have a headset on.
Do you see like a tray? Oh, there's like at the bottom of the Zoom, there's like the control bar for the bottom of the Zoom that has like the end X on the right. And then on the far left, it should be audio. Can you see that? So the audio, what says audio, maybe it just says audio for you. But that's where you would zoom or unzoom. Okay. Maybe if you
Yeah,
click,
I'm gonna drop a screenshot to the Discord.
okay. So we're dropping a screenshot in the Discord, Wolsey.
So I mean, that's what my Zoom window looks like. You should be able to see it there.
Yep.
Yeah, did that help
Well,
any?
make
I'm
sure
guessing
that
not.
microphone is not muted through that, because it does show that you're currently muted on the Zoom.
Yeah, it shows that you're muted on Zoom. You find it? Yeah, that should be. Huh. Well, maybe drop out and come back in. I'll put the Zoom in the chat again. That's the only thing I can think of if you can't see it. The last name on the lesser gods list is Obadiah.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, I'm going to be getting cataract surgery one of these soon, and I just can't see the really small text.
Okay. Okay.
So, but yeah, the neutral alignment and the nature of the woodlands, the freedom and the hunting, all would probably go with the animal husbandry and the neutral side of me. So
cool. Okay.
And yeah, so if you would tell me how to spell that, so.
All right. Okay. Oh, tell you. Okay. It's OBAD.
OBAD.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. Can you
There
hear
we
me?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. I guess I don't know what happened.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't have Zoom, so I'm just through yours, and it wasn't showing a microphone, so I did just go out and come back in.
Yeah, that's weird. And it kept you on. Maybe there was something weird with that connection because it kept you on the other one, even though you. Cool. So if you click in the middle of that, I know it's really hard to read if it's just as is, but if you click and there's like a little magnifying glass, Tim Lone, if you click on it, it gets bigger. So it's OBAD -HAI. Okay, well, Wolsey, tell us about Bronson.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't have my character sheet pulled up yet. I just got connected through this, but I can tell you, I am a young cleric wearing chainmail armor. I have a footman's flail. I have a guard dog. Shepherd. Um,
Oh, we need a dog.
yeah, need a dog token.
Yeah, we're gonna
So-
need a dog token. Okay, I'll
And not a whole lot to tell other than that. I do have a deity picked out, a cleric. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have my character sheet pulled up. So, could you help me out on the deity I discussed with you?
Yeah, the deity that Bronson worships is Farlangan, the god of horizons, distance, and travel. He's a neutral deity with good tendencies. Yep.
And I think that's the story of Bronson thus far.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, and then things will emerge, I hope, as we play. All right. Nice. That should work. Maybe. Let's see. So many choices for German shepherds, right? You said it was like a German shepherd type.
Yeah, German Shepherd, named Shepherd.
A what shepherd?
A German Shepherd.
Name.
German Shepherd with his name being Shepherd.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'll get that token. That's a good one there. Doesn't really match that. It's more of a drawing than that. That's cool.
It'll work for the time being, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, where can I get my character sheet pulled back up here?
On the where that book thing is.
I'm not even. Like I said, I'm merely on Zoom right now. I believe.
Oh, okay.
You
You have to get back on the Roll20.
Yes, I've got to do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, well, we'll use this token for right now for Shepherd. You can hear us. That's the important thing. So
Yes, I can hear you.
as you get on. Hopefully this works. There you go. Oh yeah, there's a lot of banging. We'll have to figure that out too for next time. How many hit points? He had 11, right?
No, I have. Oh, he has. I believe it was 11. I wrote it in there.
Okay. There we go. All right. So we have about 20 minutes left, so let's kind of give you the hook. And like I said, see if you guys get into trouble if we're all ready.
I think so. Can I hire a porter?
Right.
Or
Well,
is
let's give you the
Okay.
like the mission, and then you guys can do all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Right. So you're in. Like I said, you're in the. Anyone have any questions before we start?
Do we know each other?
That's a good question. Do you guys know each other? You know, I would say you probably do not. You maybe know of each other, but maybe don't know each other. If you're all here in this village of Darkshelf, you've heard of. You learned that they're hiring adventurers, look into dealings with a local business. And being newly minted adventurers, you are responding to the ad, more or less. So so you maybe know of each other, seen each other around in the local watering holes of the village of Darkshelf. Like I said, I will show you again. Darkshelf is here on this peninsula on the outskirts of Nyrond, near the Bright Empire on the Sea of Girnot. This peninsula that I'm calling the Nesser Peninsula, dominated by the Nesser River delta and tributaries. And it is actually near a river as well. That river is called the Pelira River. And yeah, so you kind of, as we set the scene and run into the characters. So Tim, you can see the mute button, right? Can you now? Or the audio button?
Let me get back here. Let's see here. Not on my current screen, I don't.
Oh, that's
To
bizarre.
be clear, are you using Zoom through like a
Just-
web browser window or through
Yes,
the
it is
application?
clear. I have a clear one that says microphone in use by Google Chrome.
He's using it through his web browser. That's the reason why his UI doesn't look the same.
Oh, okay.
And I tried clicking on that one earlier, but it did nothing for me.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, when you talk, it's fine, but when there's no talking, there's like this noise in the background. But we'll figure that out. I'm not going to worry about it now. Yeah. Well, so that's the hook. So we will start. So you kind of meet this guy, respond to the ad, see what's called the Overlord of Darkshelf, kind of like the mayor. This gentleman here, his name is Nastor, and he says, you're in a private office in the town hall, and this village overlord is a stocky middle-aged man with a red hair and a beard to match. The results from the quarry, there's this quarry you've heard of maybe nearby, are just too good to be true. And the raid on the slavers' camp was a little too quick and clean, if you ask me. He starts counting on his fingers and he paces back and forth. And then there's the dwarves that work there in the quarry, but only at night, that nobody ever sees. And of course, the terrible attacks we've had around our wonderful town of Darkshelf. He turns to face you. Something's not quite right at that quarry. Will you look into it for us?
And he was talking directly to me or
Talking to the group.
to the group?
Yep.
Would be interested. What's the pay?
Oh, the pay. We're getting to that, are we? Well, the pay, I would say, is good. He nods. Fair enough. You find out what's really going on and put a stop to any trouble, and find my man, Juan, who's I haven't heard from. I'll pay you 500 gold pieces from the village coffers.
Each?
I mean, I would say, I don't think we have that much money in town. He puts on a weak smile. I mean, sure, Arak, this guy who is in charge, his name is Basili Arak. He says that the dwarves have found a bit of gold deep in the quarry, so you can keep whatever you find. I don't know if I believe him, but hey, if you stumble across any to make up for our shortfall here in Darkshelf, you can keep whatever you find.
So do you suspect that Arak is running some kind of criminal operation out of the quarry?
It must be. It's just too good to be true. Too good to be true. I mean, there can't be that much stone in that quarry. People, I mean, they just acquired it. These people, and it's been I mean, it's produced modest amounts of granite and limestone for decades. The surface outcrop was exhausted. I mean, we tunneled under. People have been tunneling under the hills to extract more stone, but there's really nothing but limestone. I mean, it's nothing. Sure, it'll make you money, but not that much so quickly. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I've been a merchant for 20 years, and I've never seen that production out of that quarry.
And you already had a man go out there and be captured. If I'm following you.
Well, I mean, I sent a man named Quan out there to find what's been, and that's what's more troubling is the people dying, right? The leaving bodies half chewed up. He brought me a few reports, but I haven't seen or heard from him for a while. Frankly, I'm worried. I'm hoping that by looking into the quarry, maybe you'll also find Quan alive. I mean, I will show you his last communication. So he kind of shows you whether you want it or not. I guess he shows it to you. He says that it shows in there if you kind of read it quickly. It says there's a hidden dock on the local river. He also says that there's a ventilation shaft that leads down into the quarry itself, up on the rock, away out of sight of the main keep guarding the quarry. But there's a fortified keep apparently guarding the quarry with lots of guards. Nestor says. Anyway, yeah. If you can help find him, that would be great.
And you mentioned bodies just now. How many and for how long?
So, several half-eaten bodies, both human and animal, have turned up. Some of the locals think it's carnivorous fish, but I mean, I don't know. It's on the waterfront at the village, actually, and on the river nearby. Maybe they're delving deep and finding strange monsters. I don't know. Also, the slavers. Maybe the slavers just like to cut people up. Pirates, slavers, whatever. Some sailors, fishers, and farmers have been abducted. And Basili and his dwarves, they claim that they tracked down a slaver gang they did. Basili and his mysterious dwarves did lend a hand. They tracked the slaver gang to its hideout in a midnight raid, and they freed a score of captives. They killed several slavers and captured some of them. They dragged them back here, and you might have heard this in the local news lately. Also, that and maybe the gallows are still out there. They were swiftly tried and executed, and the bodies are probably still there for the crows and ravens. But I still feel unease. What if these slavers return? What if this was all a setup?
Well, speaking for myself, that's certainly why I'm here. I'm tired of hearing news of slavers raiding the towns nearby. So, if there's any connection, I'm interested in looking up for it. I would accept your contract.
Very well. He like spits on his hand and extends his hand to you.
I grasp it firmly.
Okay. I guess you're not from around here. Apologies. You know, he doesn't do that to the rest of them. He just extends his hand to shake on it.
I'll shake his hand. I'll take the contract.
Okay. Because you seem like fine young folk, so he calls for somebody, and a couple guys bring a chest in. They open it, and he counts a couple bags out, and he tosses them on his table in front of you. That should be enough, just in case you need any other provisions before you find things out. The rest, the other 300, I will give you when you come back. So he kind of tosses 200 gold on the table.
When did your man Quan go out to check out this quarry? Has it been days, weeks? Hopefully
It's
the
been
trail's still fresh.
well. It was slightly after the he uses air quotes the slave raid. So about a week and a half ago, a fortnight, like they say in Neurond. Well, I hope you can solve this mystery. The his subordinates quickly close and lock the chest and carry it out. Well, I'll leave you to it. I have other appointments. You see. So, what do you guys do now? Hello, are we still? Can you still hear me?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think as a party, maybe we ought to head to that ventilation shaft versus openly going in.
Yeah, a few thoughts. We can either try and gather more information, see if anybody in this village of Darkshelf knows anything further about what we're dealing with there, or we could just start scouting out the place. The ventilation shaft sounds like a way in and out without going through sounds like a fortified entrance. But if this is supposed to be like a front, and Arok's posing as a legitimate merchantman, it's not like we're going to be kill on sight there. So we can poke around, and as long as we don't, tip our hands, so to speak, we could probably start getting a little bit of intelligence on what we're up against. Since like just charging in there and launching and trying to raid the place with a full frontal assault probably isn't the best idea.
Yeah, and I think Bronson wanted to go look for maybe someone to help out to carry stuff if necessary. Right, a porter.
Right.
Hey, I'm back. I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Curious. Okay. Cool.
Did we lose Tim again?
No, he's back. Yeah, he's back. Oh, he's out of. He is.
He's
out.
not. He's not on the Zoom call.
He's not on Zoom, but he was. Yeah, I unmuted you here in the Roll20, so that's cool. See, we can hear you.
I suspect, Carl, that part of the problem might be that Tim might be switching like browser windows between like Zoom and Roll20, and he probably needs to download the standalone Zoom app so I could just have them both open at the same time.
Oh, right. That's cool.
He just sent me a text saying he said he can't rejoin because he was previously removed by the host.
Oh.
What? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Because he was in and then he was out. So, but we can. You go ahead and talk to him because we can. I'm using your Zoom mic is on or your Roll20 mic is on. So, because I removed there was a double. You had a double. Can you? Oh, you can't hear me because I'm muted here.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. You can hear me now, right, Tim?
Yeah.
All right. So there was like two of you. So I removed one, but the other one was still there. So that was bizarre. But I can hear you through the. I'll mute myself in Zoom.
Okay, I do hear a bunch of background chatter.
Okay, so you want me to ask him if he can hear us?
Yeah, Carl, you said you can hear them through the Roll20. I don't think we can. I know I haven't heard.
Right, you can't. Yeah, but if I go off the Zoom, you probably can't hear. Zoom is the recording is set to record Zoom, not Roll20. Right. So I apologize if there's an echo, but yeah. So Tim is in the Tim is in the Roll20. But so I'll just repeat what you say so we don't have any more major issues. But so
Okay,
you
yeah,
can-
he just sent me a text saying he can hear you. So
yeah.
I can hear you, Carl. I can't hear anybody else right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave it on Roll20 where I'm happy leaving the video active, but I don't want the echo. So if you're just going to repeat whatever you're saying to Tim, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, you are getting an echo then.
Yeah, well, because your microphone's broadcasting on both
Right.
Roll20 and Zoom at the same time. So
Yeah. So you can't rejoin, huh? This is curious.
I hear what sounds like a
could
TV in the background. All I
remake
hear.
the whole Zoom call.
I mean, could I restart the Zoom? Yeah, I don't know.
That's a thought. I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, let's try to restart the Zoom. Yeah, we'll see how this. All right. Yeah, we'll restart the Zoom. Just give me 5 minutes. Okay. All right. I'm gonna end the Zoom and then we'll restart it. So let Woolsey know.
okay, so we're going to restart Zoom.
Yeah.
Try again in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. You might have to edit the shit out of this.
Oh, I'm sure I will. But
So I'm gonna restart Zoom.
okay, I'll get back on. While I get back on, can you stir what's in the Instapot for me? It's Polish food. I'm gonna have to de-shrink and re-shrink. Okay. I feel like it needs tomatoes, but that's just me.
Maybe like little slices.
I was gonna take a can of diced tomatoes, drain it, and mix it in. Carl? Carl?
Yep.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready to go again, and I'll start it back up.
Okay. Yeah, that was the issue is that if we stop it's recording voice from Zoom and the visual from here, from Roll20. So
Well, OBS is still going.
okay.
I'll just edit.
I can hear you. Oh, I guess you're Carl's wife.
Yes, I am. I'm Amy. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello, am I back on?
Hi, Amy.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't hear Carl. You're the only person I hear.
Okay, Carl. Well, it's recording, so you guys are good to go whenever you start back up again, and I'll just edit stuff out. Have fun, guys. I
Thank you.
have an AD&D character, but Carl never lets me play.
Well, one person dropped. So if you want to, we could try to import that character into here. It was it half elf druid? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna call Tim and see if he can get on.
Okay.
All right, Carl. I'm muting myself again because you're recording.
Okay.
Have fun, guys. No one die.
Thanks. Hey, what's up?
Hey, are you able to rejoin?
I was talking to Amy, Carl's wife, just a moment ago. She's the only one I could hear.
So the problem in the
Okay,
past has been that Roll20 audio has not been stable, but maybe they
over
fixed
there
it.
in the group
So I
chat,
don't know. Maybe it's worth
Yeah.
you see,
using
usually,
Roll20 audio and
Okay.
video.
okay, what I've done is I've
Possibly. I have no experience with
you right-click on that where you
Roll20.
copy the link,
I've used other
and then
VTTs
in
for
your
my
web
home game,
browser,
but
you go to
and
another,
I've used
you
just
log another
the Discord
page,
for
and you paste that into your
comms.
roll.
So, but I mean, whatever works. Again, I'm used to Zoom, but
Not really.
Yeah.
I guess today's just not our
Another
day.
browser.
It's okay. We got the characters made. It'll look. The power of editing is wonderful. So
Minimize.
edits through some of the.
And we overcame the break into character sheets. We're using illegal characters, so
Yeah.
I overcame.
Yeah, I
it.
actually don't hear anything in Roll20.
Well, yeah, because I don't have. Oh, you don't hear anything at all.
Nope.
Okay. Huh. Because of the setup, or did you put
Okay.
both, or
In the,
what was your,
in
what
They're
was the
both
setting?
selected both.
over in the chat,
Heck, even the music, master music
you can
volume
see where it
set
says
to
Carl, and it should be
Oh, I
highlighted.
don't have any
in pink.
music. I gotta add
That's
some music next time.
the address.
Although,
Yeah.
Scroll
although
over that.
notably, I think everybody's
and
been
right
talking
click
about
on it.
20s had their microphone muted, so they should.
Yeah, I have everything muted on
Yeah.
Roll20, and then when I had to talk to Woolsey there, I turned it on, and then there's an echo because I know how that happens.
And then you go to your
But
web
usually it
browser,
should be
that
both
other
set to
page you just
both,
opened up,
and
and
then
paste it into
silence the microphones on Roll20, and then use a separate platform.
I don't have anything.
For
I see Carl's name. I'll see.
voice.
I see a bunch of the stuff in.
Yeah, if I select, so they're both set to both. If I select configured devices,
Okay,
video
over in the
input,
chat where it
audio
says I
input,
talked to Amy,
Yeah.
the only one I heard.
undetected.
And
Yeah.
then above that is read. Okay.
That's
Can
weird.
you join Woolsey? Yeah.
Okay. And then it says, like I said, the car.
Yeah, that would indicate it's not detecting your audio video devices, which is plainly a bug because we're on the Zoom.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and if
But if
you rolled a hit, I hear the pop up.
Learn to jump gate.
yeah,
That
so if you go to the
lights up.
to the top on the browser, there's like a little icon for a video. Sometimes when you come onto Roll20, you have to select, give it permission.
Oh, this part
So I don't know what
here.
that-
Maybe that's what you're
you
talking
see
about.
that?
Okay.
What does it look like? You
So at the-
about over by the gear window?
No, so like in the browser itself, it says app.roll20.net,
Yeah.
and then there's like a little icon. There should be an icon there that it's for, like, looks like a little camera. Yeah, what browser are you using?
Edge.
Edge. Oh, okay. I'm in. I wonder if that Sometimes that happens too.
Trying to
If you use
open it
different
and it's not
browsers
launching
for
anything
meetings.
for me.
I use Chrome. So
Okay,
Wow,
on the
there.
and I know
From my browser.
we've had problems with
That's
compatibility,
the only thing I
like
can do is join
like browser
my browser.
compatibility on Kevin's stuff.
Join.
So that's why everyone uses Firefox.
I think I'm there.
There he is.
okay, cool.
Okay.
My apologies, guys.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be the power of editing is going to be amazing. So we'll figure it out. So all right. So what did you miss anything of what I said?
I probably missed it all more than likely. I could talk to Amy. Was the only person I was able to talk to. She seemed nice.
Yeah. So she so you were there at the interview?
Yes, I was there for that when he was describing. Let's
Okay.
see. There was knee store.
Yep.
Was asking us to go check out stuff at the mines, basically.
Yep. Right. Okay. And you accepted the job. He gave you 200 gold pieces in advance.
Okay.
And
That's 200 apiece.
No, 200 total.
I thought I tried.
Hey, you did, and then you said you can keep anything you find in the quarry.
Was there? Did he have a map at all of this area?
No,
Okay.
they only had a report from an informant named Quan, who has not been seen for about a fortnight, so like a week and a few days. Went there, and he gave the last report he gave was there's a ventilation shaft that might go into the quarry's main level, and a hidden dock on the river. And I think the plan was to go talk to the locals in Darkshelf, right, in the village. And
Right.
also you wanted to go find a porter, maybe Bronson.
Correct. I like Porter.
Okay, so we're heading to the village.
Okay.
It's probably mid morning. That's when Nestor starts his business day.
Porter and any henchman possibly.
Okay.
Henchman possibly.
All right.
Yeah, we have 200 gold to spend. It'd probably be a good idea to get some folks to help us out here. Since
You want to keep that in party money, or do you just want to like split it 50-50 or 50 each?
I think we should go party money at this point.
I have no objections
Did we determine that we
just-
know each other, or we just
I think I decided because I'm an arbitrary GM that you know of each other but have never worked together. It's up to you if you want to know each other more than that, than having seen each other around the village responding. Because it looked like he must have asked like for outside help, right?
Yeah, right now I always interpret it, certainly for Riordan, he's essentially coming here as a mercenary. So if everybody else here is on the same job, we're kind of forming a loose association. If we want to work together as a group, then he's certainly up for it, because a heavily guarded quarry with a guard post outside of it, if this is really a front for a criminal enterprise or they're really working with the slavers, he's not going to go in there just by himself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to the village. Is that the decision?
I think that was the decision.
Okay.
Did anybody not want to go to the village?
No, let's go to the village. We can go
Go to the
find
village.
some additional.
And
we
I'm
can find
sure-
some additional help and get some info.
And I'm sure Bronson and I know each other for the cleric aspect of it.
Yeah, probably Obadiah and Farlangan probably are allied, right? Travel in the wilderness and hunting in wilderness, right? So it makes sense. Okay. They're in the cleric society of the Blanes, right? Pay their society dues and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So, I was right there. Okay. So you get to the village as you kind of you ask around, or how discreetly, or where are you going to ask?
There's got to be like a local watering hole or something where we can find.
There's probably
folks who
it's a village, so there's probably like more of a. It's not really. There's maybe like a like a tavern like you find in like a rural place in England, like a small tavern. There's probably more of a hostel than an actual like inn with all the services. Although it does have a kind of a port on the river, so yeah, there's a few places to choose from. So go to a local watering hole. We will call it the Granite Man, and it's got the sign has a picture of like a man made out of rock, maybe like an elemental if you are savvy about those things. And there's it's right now it's sort of mid morning, so it's not really a lot of people there. So you guys kind of come in. They're definitely open because they're always open. So I would say in total, there are about 11 people in here, in kind of all at one table. Like they put a bunch of benches and stuff together here. So there's plenty of space. So what's the plan?
I'm gonna order an ale.
Yeah. You drop that coin of that sack of 100 gold there and order an ale.
I'm not carrying the party loot.
Yeah, you order an ale, no problem. Those people there at the people there on the bench, they look pretty tired actually. They're kind of dusty.
Possibly quarry workers.
Potentially, yes. Go around. So, Snake, do you want to? Lone's at the bar getting a drink. Snake, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to go up to the bar and get a drink as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same and see if I can start making small talk with these quarry hands. If that's what they are.
Okay, and Bronson?
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll bring my dog in too. Does anybody frown on me when they see the dog come in?
That's a good question. Do they care about dogs here? This one. Yeah, roll a percentile dice. We'll do it that way.
So roll percentile dice?
Yeah, for a reaction. $30.
Roll 30.
You don't have a bonus for charisma, do you?
Not Christmas, a 7. It's pretty bad.
You have a negative on.
Yeah, I have a negative.
Oh no!
People stun you.
What's the negative?
Let's see what the charisma is. A 7. Loyalty base is minus 10%. Reaction adjustment is minus 0.5.
Okay, so 25.
0.5.
0.5.
Yeah. Okay, so you got a 30. All right. So I'm going to say the guys at the table start throwing stuff at the dog.
What kind of stuff? Is it food?
Well, they're not tossing it; they're throwing it. So whether it's food or not, they're like aiming to hurt or injure the dog.
Yeah, my dog now, Lee.
And they kind of
I help these guys. I say it out loud. I'll see if I help these guys. I say that I live loud. I leave.
They're like, "Oh yeah, well, who are you?" So one guy gets up.
I go on outside.
You go outside.
Yeah. My bar and I, we leave the bar.
All right. All right. A couple guys follow you outside. We'll get back to you. All right.
Okay.
The other 9 are like laughing and stuff like that.
I want to put my drink down and head outside.
Okay. Who is that?
Veer, Snake.
Veer. Okay. And Gordon, you're gonna talk to these guys.
Pardon me?
You're gonna talk to these. You're gonna make small talk with these guys at the table.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. They're like, stupid dog, or dog. Hey, dogs. Yeah. You know.
Don't have much use for those mutts.
They say, well, it's been a long day, man. They go, what's it to you anyway? They seem a bit surly.
Just asking questions.
Well, you know, I'm really thirsty, and when I drink a few,
Tell you what then. And I order an additional ale.
Okay. Yeah, the barmaid kind of, or say it's like a barmaid, or yeah. So like a woman who's helping the bartender, probably his daughter. She kind of, if you order another ale, she kind of asks you to come closer so she can give you the ale away from the group of dudes that are there. But she'll, so.
You know what? She's going to do that. I'll lean in and ask, you know anything about these guys?
Yeah, they're from the quarry. They just got off shift. They're always like this. I don't know if they work them too hard or they're just a bunch of a-holes.
Rough sort?
Yeah. She says only a few of them are locals, but most of them are from out of town.
Really? Like, are they shacking up in town then, or are they like quartered at the quarry itself?
Yeah, she goes, I don't know. I don't ask questions. I tried. They're grabby. They're grabby sort, especially after a shift.
What do they mine out of this quarry?
She says stone, I guess.
Oh, God, I didn't know if there was a certain type of ore that they were.
She says it's just like building stone. You know, I guess they call it limestone. Used to be granite. She points to the, my pa was here working the mine, working the quarry when there was granite, but it's all gone now. I mean, I hear they charge a lot. Some elven woman seems to be the point. I've seen her around. She looks kind of mean.
She ever come into town? Visit around, or is she always at the quarry?
I've only seen her around town when there's a shipment or something.
Shipment of what?
Rocks.
All right, they're what they're selling then.
Who's talking to Roden? He's Roden. What's his charisma?
12.
Oh, hey, roll percentile dice. We'll see. You're not super ugly. I'm not gonna get to the guys outside.
All right, not great.
Yeah, she seems a little standoffish. You don't get any bonuses for 12, do you?
No bonuses, no penalty.
Yeah, she seems a little standoffish and maybe a little frustrated in general. Like, it's been a rough day. All right. Well, you guys think of what to ask next. I'll go outside. So these two guys follow you outside, Bronson.
Okay, what's my surroundings whenever I go outside? Is there a streets pretty empty or?
Yeah, I think it's mid morning, so there's some there's a few people on the street, trying to set up shop or with carts. Maybe you can see the river, down a hill. Let me see how is Darkshelf described. Let me see. Yeah, it rises. The coast around Darkshelf rises quickly to a series of bluffs, mostly covered in forest. So near the village, the land is fairly low. It's been cleared for farming, but you could see the river flow, just to the west of the village, probably down a slope or so. It's a pretty relatively wide road here, in front of the Granite Man. So
Okay. Is there a stable or anything like that around here? Am I near a stable?
Let's see. Yeah, you could see like a blacksmith shop that's probably a farrier and has a stable attached to it.
Okay. That's the direction I'm heading in. See how far they want to follow me over there, that direction.
Okay. All right. So these two guys follow you. They're like taunting you. I don't know. And one of them says, "That dog there looks like some good eats." All right. Yeah, they're.
Yeah, I'll keep walking and see if they want to chase.
Okay.
And if they do, I'll let the dog go.
Oh, like
And I'm walking up behind them, maybe 10 feet behind them.
Okay. Yeah, they probably go to about halfway of the street, and then they're like, they look at each other like, "I'm too tired for this, man. I don't want to be chasing no dogs." And the other guy goes, "Yeah. I don't know."
Okay. I'll keep going towards the stable then.
Okay. So they turn around, they see you, Veer. They look at you. Are you following us or something?
I'm gonna keep walking past them, and I'm gonna stick my shoulder into one of them as I walk by them.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, are you gonna try to with intent to injure?
Not to injure, but you know how when you walk by somebody and you bump them really hard in the with your shoulder. That's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Stagger one of them.
I'll adjudicate this as you rolled. I rolled. I'm rolling dice, so it's just a little easier. But I'll roll his petrification save because he's not expecting it. Oh, you jostle him, but you don't knock him down. He wasn't expecting it. It's like, what the hell, man? Looking for a fight?
Sorry, neighbor, I didn't see your scrawny little carcass there. And I'm going to keep walking.
Yeah, roll.
Who else is left in the at the bar right now? Just me?
No, you and it's like you and Riordan are inside, and Veer and Bronson are outside.
Right.
Yeah, I was chatting at the barmaid.
Okay. I just was trying to make myself aware of who all was still there.
So do I hear this interaction behind me?
Oh, yeah, Bronson, you can see what's going on. They stopped. One guy's probably like, hey, I don't want any trouble. But the guy that Veer bumped, he's like gets in your face, Veer. He's like, I know people. I'm dangerous.
I'm going to look at him and say, if you were still breathing, you might be dangerous, but I don't think you're going to be breathing for long.
Oh, good.
All right. I guess we should roll initiative.
I say, when I hear that, I'm turning around too.
Yeah.
There, yep.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So go ahead. Whoever instigated Veer, go ahead and roll a d6 for initiative.
Is it a group initiative or?
Yeah, it's group initiative.
So how do you roll initiative on these character sheets?
You just roll it's a d6 group initiative, so just use a die roller. It's easier.
High person goes first?
Yeah, highest group goes first. Nice. Oh, you guys are gonna go. Does anyone have a dex bonus?
No.
What's that?
Nope, just strength.
All right. What's your dex?
My dex is 10.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Roll again.
No. Just Ty is gonna go to the player characters.
So I'm not going to initiate it, but I'm well ready to react if he tries something.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I got to look at the. With Unearthed Arcana has the appendix for hand to hand.
Yeah, I would strongly recommend using that over the pummeling table and the DMG.
Okay. Okay, so let me get to that real quick. So you're gonna like kind of in a way hold, and if he attacks you, you're gonna react. That's fine.
Yep. Although, now, I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and squeeze. I might as well take advantage of my strength.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit. Because he's gonna try to like flinch away.
Just use a D20 or click one of my weapon things. How do you want me to do that? D20?
Well, it's gonna be you can roll a D20 plus your strength to hit bonus, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be D20 plus 2, so 15.
15. Oh yeah, that's for sure. All right. So go ahead and do damage. It's gonna be 1d2 plus your strength.
1d2. I guess I got to type that one. Let's see.
You're trying to squeeze, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. So 6 points.
Oh.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna go well for this dude. But of course, I don't have. He's not a. I think he's gonna be like. Okay, here it is. Here they are. All right, like he kind of falls. He kind of goes to his knees, and if you want, I mean, he's gonna go to his knees, and you see his like. It's so painful for him that his eyes are starting to roll to the back of his head. If you continue, you can actually do harm, but I'm going to say he's going to go unconscious. I'm assuming you're doing non-lethal damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to look down at him and say, neighbor, I think you ought to apologize to that dog. And I'm going to keep my hand right where it is, but not squeezing any additional.
All right. So he kind of looks towards the dog and he passes out before you probably hear a pop, like you maybe either fractured or fractured his clavicle or dislocated his shoulder, but he falls to the ground unconscious. And the other guy, I don't know, Bronson, do you want to do anything since you're out here? You don't know what the other guy's going to do, but the other guy's staring wide-eyed.
Can I get Shepard to growl? Like he's ready to attack. Just
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not gonna unleash him.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna let him know that he's ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do.
Am I able to look at his friend and say something?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to look at his friend there and say, I think your buddy had too much to drink. Maybe you ought to bring him home.
He just runs. I rolled a
Which
1 for
direction?
his he like runs away from the dog. It's like just too much. The dog growling. This guy just popped his friend's shoulder out of its socket. He just like taken off, and he doesn't run back into the inn. Royden, you guys hear like the low growl. Royden and Zorik, you hear the low growl of Shepard from outside, and you probably can't hear the conversation. Although if you think you have good ears, you might hear that pop of a of a bone out of its socket. The other guys
Are there,
are like,
are there any windows facing that direction I can look out, or
oh yeah, you can see a window.
Is,
You know, you can-
is
I'll
this
just kind of
drawing any
go to the
attention?
window and look out?
Right? Is it drawing any attention to these guys?
Did this draw any attention from anybody?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Like are all the quarry workers still in the tavern? Like, are they alert? Are they planning? Are they getting feisty with us?
Or
No, they don't. They don't seem to notice what's going
Do
on
they
outside.
even care?
They probably don't even notice.
Oh, perfect.
They probably don't even
Or-
notice, dude.
Any passersby paying any attention to this?
Yeah, you know, like that guy that you saw, like setting up his stable and stall. He like looks over you and gives you a thumbs up. I rolled
Nice.
a positive reaction.
You know, if I can see, if I can see that out the from out the window, I'm gonna head over to where Veer and Bronson are.
Okay.
I'm gonna motion to who's out there with me? The Snake.
Yep.
Snake. I'm gonna give you like a 1 minute little hold up one, and I'm gonna go talk to the guy that gave the thumbs up. I want to go
Okay.
have a word with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
the stable.
I try to heal my dog. Tell him to heal, and calm him down on my way over there.
Yeah, no problem.
And I would, so while he's doing that, I would pick up this guy, well, more like drag by his foot, so his head's bouncing on the ground, to the side of the road so that he's, not impeding any horse or wagon traffic. And then I would go up on to the entrance to the bar and just lean against one of the pillars.
Okay. All right. So, Gordon, you're going outside. Bronson's going to go talk to the person he saw. Gordon, you're going outside, right?
Yeah, I wanted to join him and either talk to the shopkeeper as well, since if I saw that reaction, it sounds like he might respond a bit more positively and offer some more info. The other thought that I had, and I'd want to talk to Veer and Bronson about this, is if we've got this guy now unconscious and his mates don't really care, when he wakes up, maybe a shakedown time to see if we can get some info out of him.
Precisely what I was thinking.
I want to know what we are dealing with here before we go charging into this place.
All right. And Zorik, what do you want to do?
I'm just still sipping on my ale, looking out the window, and
Keep an eye on these guys.
yeah, the people in the tavern, and just see about the buddies outside.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's. All right. So you go to the shopkeeper.
Snake, what's your charisma?
4.
Your charisma
I
is 4?
will be in, yeah, 4. I'm not one to talk to anyone.
Okay, I'll do the talking. Mine's not quite as atrocious.
Well, maybe I need to do it then. If I'm like, I might actually be the party face here for charisma 12. we're not a very good looking bunch, are we?
You're the pretty one.
You're inside though, so we already have a positive reaction from this guy.
That's true.
He knows that we're helping. So I'm gonna go over to him and say, "Good day. These guys been giving you some problems."
Yes, I don't. You guys, you guys, do you work at the quarry?
No, we don't. We're new in town.
It's because when these guys come off shift, they're not happy. They working really hard there. I recognize about a quarter of them, maybe half. I just heard his, I know they're stressed, but then they take it out on us, man. So I appreciate you roughing up some bullies.
Well,
He throws like a treat to your dog.
Oh, thank you.
Some jerky or something.
That's wonderful. What I'd really like, do you have a back room so we can talk to this guy whenever we wake up? We'd like to kind of solve the problems that y'all are having here.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems. Because I don't, this Bazali Arak, he's a humorless, unkind. He's like a hunchback dwarf, but I've seen him. I mean, he's got long arms and red eyes. I've never seen a dwarf like that.
Long arms, red eyes, huh?
I mean, the quarry does sell stone. That his assistant, that female elf, I think they charge a lot. I mean, I wanted to create add some stone to my back wall, but God, they're charging like 300 to 500 gold pieces per ton. So from what I would need, that's 150 gold, and that's just a lot of money.
Well, do you have any place where we can talk to this guy once he wakes up? This guy here, you have him on your shoulder, right?
He's dragging him.
You're dragging him? Okay.
Fear's dragging him.
We would like to talk to this guy about the what's going on in the quarry once he wakes up. I think he'll be a little bit more cooperative now that he's, met my friend here.
Yeah, sure, yeah. He kind of walks across like the alley or whatever they're resetting up shop, and he opens like a back door to his see, like, I guess he puts like a stall out for his wares, so like jerky, dried fruit, dried vegetables.
Okay, if you'll take him back there, I'm gonna do a little shopping here real quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a little shopping. I'm gonna make sure to overpay just a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's like the equivalent of rations, I guess. So you could buy like a week's of rations or whatever. Dried fruit, jarred pickled fruit, some jerky, salted fish.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll grab some supplies. I can't get back into my character sheet. I'm not sure what happened to all that. But I will end up buying, I don't know, 1 gold worth of stuff. I won't buy a full gold worth, but I'll give them a full gold.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys can go talk to this guy. Zorik, still so far so good. These guys they haven't even noticed that their fellows have left. You see a couple of them have probably either so tired or drank so much that they passed out. But everything's good. It's all neutral. I'll call her Cicely, the barmaid. I gotta write these down or put these in. Cicely, the barmaid, comes over and asks if you want another drink in that time.
Yeah, I'll have another.
Yeah. So now there's so it looks like about 3 of them are like either taking a nap or passed out. And then Cicely says, at least they drink a lot.
How often is their shifts?
It's like, I mean, these guys have probably been working from, well, I know they don't work at night. It's like they say the dwarves dig at night, but these guys work from probably about 4, well, I guess there's no clocks, but they start work when the rooster crows, and they just got off. So you probably estimate about 6 hours or so. And they must work them pretty hard. And then there's another shift, I'm sure, that goes on. And then they say the dwarves work at night. But I've never seen any of these dwarves. Except for the Bazali guy. He's creepy. All right. Okay. Let's go to the interrogation. You give him some. You could probably find some smelling salts at this proprietor. We got to give him a name. Call him Benjamin. Benjamin, the general store, mostly foodstuffs. So Benjamin, he lets you. You're in his like little, like a root cellar. or like a place where there's all this like hanging, drying, drying vegetables down here, the dirt floor. So kind of like a shed
Okay.
attached to the back of his shop. Yep. So yeah, so this guy, he even gives you some smelling salt, some salt, so you can, wake this guy up from his salted fish operation.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll make sure whenever he wakes up, he sees both the dog and snake there.
Okay. All right. All right. So this guy wakes up with my arm. I need a healer. My arm.
You need to shut up unless you want to go back to sleep.
He looks at you guys. What the hell do you want?
We'll start with an apology.
For what? You're the one who broke my arm. He looks past you. I guess Bronson, you're the one who's talking, right?
Yeah, I'm the one talking.
So he looks past you at that ugly thing is the one who broke my arm.
You got another arm. You still owe the dog an apology.
He looks at the dog. I apologize, meat.
Huh. You said he looked like he would be good to eat. I'm sure he could use his bone, and you got 206 of them.
That's very specific. Is that? I only count 4. 5 if you count the skull.
You only got 5 bones?
You're it kind of goes past him. It's not very bright. All right, what do you want? I don't have that much money.
Don't want money. What do you do at the quarry?
Bang rocks. What's it to you?
You're not the one to be asking questions right now.
You gonna let me go? You gonna kill me?
Maybe.
He still eyes Veer, and now he sees like Royden in the shadows too. He's like, "You guys are gonna kill me, aren't you?" I didn't do anything wrong. I just worked there, man.
And that's why we want to get some information.
He's probably peeing in his pants by now. He's done. I mean, what do you want to know?
What can you tell us about who's running the place?
Some ugly dwarf dude. Uglier than that guy.
I'm sure this guy's wrist was not exactly great. He is a human, right?
Who? Veer?
The guy that we're interrogating.
No. He tells you his name too. Caritas.
All right, well, look, Caritas. You figure it out by now. We're not from around here. And we want to know what the hell is going on at that quarry. Because it ain't on the up and up. Normal quarries aren't spitting out dead bodies or washing up on shore. So, who the hell is this Arock guy, and what is he up to?
Because I don't know, man. I worked there and I put my head down. I hear, I mean, there's echoes from other part, but I've heard things in that quarry. The sounds don't sound natural.
Yeah? Like what are you hearing?
We never go to the guardhouse. They like muster us, put us around, give us our picks and shovels, and go and lead us to where they go. Mostly humans, though. I mean, I ain't seen no dwarves. I guess dwarves bang away at night that I've never seen, except for Eric. But he's one ugly dwarf, that's for sure.
Well, tell me this.
And then I've seen some bodies, man.
Well, that's why we're here, and that's why we're asking.
Chewed up like by an animal.
Chewed up by an animal, huh?
Yeah, I've never been in the guardhouse. He repeats.
Where is the guardhouse?
So it kind of gives you like a rough
Layout.
a rough layout. So
Yeah,
I'll try
sketch it out in the dirt here.
Yeah, so he gives you a rough layout, and you see like this guardhouse. There's a path that goes up to it, and there's a path that goes down to the quarry. The guardhouse overlooks the quarry. You know, you know what? I'll just he wouldn't know about that. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll just move you guys. I'll move you guys over. He wouldn't know about the ventilation shaft, but you know, so just so he kind of gives you a rough layout. Like if you look here, like here's the guardhouse, the path down to the quarry, the cave entrance. You guys can put 2 and 2 together based on your intel from Nastor and his missing Quan, where the ventilation shaft would be in comparison. And then he also, I'm going to give you a description because he can't really draw a map. But this is like the best map he can do of the quarry area, right? And you'll see this again at some point. But the map itself, or the quarry itself, he says, like, because I know there are other levels. I mean, the mine's pretty big, but we go to the cave entrance. He kind of describes it. We go through the cave entrance, and then they lead us through this big gallery, and to sort of the kind of going like right, so like northwest, you know, and then that's where we dig. And then I know there's a way that goes down, to like we pass this way that goes down to a lower level. There's like 2 dig sites, one on the northeast and one on the northeast and southeast. All right. Yeah. And then there's a place that it goes down. There's this ramp that goes down, and yeah.
So
You ever been down into the deeper quarry?
I mean, let me see. Not really. I mean, we've kind of taken some stuff down there, like when we move some of the carts and stone, and I go down, and then there's another like kind of dig place there, but then it goes, I guess it goes south, and there's more stuff down there.
how many shifts are they running there?
Well, we're like the morning shift, and then I guess people are working now, maybe till about dusk, and then we're all kicked out, and that's when the dwarves come in. Bait, I've never seen no dwarves except for Eric.
All right, I'll tell you what. We're not here to kill you, but we are here to figure out what's going on at that quarry, like I said. And so, at this point, I think I'm gonna do whatever I can to tend to his broken arm, because we're not necessarily here to, kill this guy. Right? He might.
You can pop it back into place.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
And he passes out again.
Oh. That's what I get for doing a guy a favor so he won't rat on us later.
Yeah. I want to wait for him to wake up because I've got a few more questions to ask.
Yeah, I want to know about the elf. I want to know about how many guards he's seen about this place.
Yeah.
There's a lot more information I think we can get out of this guy.
Okay. Yeah, he says when you wake him up, he's like, "You break my other arm." No, it's the same arm.
So when we're done with this guy, we ought to suggest that he leave town.
How much do you usually get paid there for a week?
He says like 10 silver.
10 silver? So I tell you what, I'm going to give you 10 silver. I'm going to pay you for the whole week. Get you back on your feet. You're going to give us a little bit more information first.
They'll kill me if I tell you, I'm sure.
That's why you're going to relocate.
Okay.
They're not.
I might need more money for that.
Well, we could just kill you now.
I'll relocate.
You what?
I'll relocate.
Okay.
Good is you don't exactly have much other choice. Apparently, if your employers are so desperate that they'll kill you if you go back to them, who do you think you're really working for?
I don't know. I've seen those bodies.
Well,
Maybe they showed them to us on purpose.
Are these? Well, let's ask this: do you know who these people are? Are they like other miners, or have you ever seen these folks before?
I mean, not the guards. It must be their operation.
No, the dead bodies. Do you recognize any of them?
Because yeah, they're some of the locals.
So I'm gonna just suggest if you were to go back there and tell him anything anyway, you would probably end up being one of those bodies. So it's probably best that you're going to relocate anyway. Just tell you that so that you don't do something stupid and tell somebody whenever we end this conversation.
All right, I want to get back to Lone for a second. You still there, Tim? Zorik? He's left. He's so upset. No, just kidding. Lone, are you still there? Zorik?
I'm still in the bar, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So, it's probably your buddies have been gone for about, probably about almost an hour.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick, guys.
Okay. And at some point though, one of the guys at the table goes, "Hey, who are you?"
He says that to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just a traveler.
We don't have a lot of travelers around here. You work for the mines?
I'm not into dirt.
I don't like the way you look.
That's your problem.
He stands up. Goes, "No, it's your problem." He's pretty drunk.
Well, how about I buy you an ale and you can let that pass?
All right, give me percentile dice. I'll give you a +10 bonus.
Whoop, wrong one.
He's like, "Okay." That's a good reaction. Because why don't you want to drink with us? Are you a loner or something? Traveler?
Oh, he's asking if I want to drink with him?
Yeah.
I prefer to stand.
No, I think he's asking you why do you want to drink with them.
No, he's asking them to drink with them. That's a pretty good
reaction. I'm sorry, misunderstood you.
That's a pretty good reaction. He goes, "Well, suit yourself." But he's not gonna press it. You gonna stay there? Or are you gonna go find where your friends went? I mean, you saw where they went. But... You gonna stay there? Zorik, are you gonna stay there?
I was probably about to finish my ale. Like I said, who else is there with me?
Just I think they're like maybe 5 guys who are still not passed out.
Okay, but none of the guys I'm traveling with.
No.
Okay, I'll put the mug down on the bar and kind of gesture at the people and head out the door towards where I last saw my party member.
Okay, yeah. The shopkeeper is there hawking his foodstuffs. If you ask, he points to the back of of a building, and you see like a shed attached to the back of the building. Because they got that guy who was throwing stuff at the dog.
Okay, do they react when I come in?
I don't think so. I don't know. Do you guys react when when Zorak finally joins you?
Probably just give a nod to him.
All right.
Just
All right. So this guy's. You can wake this guy back up. I mean, what else? Okay, so where what else do we need to know? Guards, right? The elephant guards, right? All right. She goes, well, she's like pretty in a scary way.
Does she have a name?
Her name is Glirthiel.
she's just a regular elf.
What do you mean a regular elf?
I mean, she's not a dark elf.
She's got pointy ears and stuff. I mean, she has dark hair, but she's pale. Like, well, I think
Okay.
like what that.
Pale with dark hair, huh?
Yes, like I said, she's pretty in a scary kind of way.
Do you have to have a uniform whenever you go to work, or any way to identify who you are?
Well, they give us these tokens, and he kind of, with his good arm, he pulls out like a token.
May I have that? You're not going to need it anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
hired
you
you?
know,
So it's like I guess it's basically, what does the token look like? I'll have to design it.
It's okay. I mean, you can do that part later, but I mean,
No, I know. Well, I'm gonna try to scrap. So it's like two. Yeah, it's a pick and a shovel, a cross pick and a shovel, and then it's over a circle. But let's
is
see,
it
like
stone or is it metal?
it's actually a wooden token.
A wooden token?
Yeah.
I want to know who hired him and gave him this token. The person's name.
Yeah, well, Bazali, like, he came to our town, because this guy's not from Darkshelf. He came to our town and said he had work down in Darkshelf in this quarry. So he kind of recruited a few of us. And then this is he gives us this, we stay in town and as long as we stay there, he gives us these tokens, and then he pays us like 10 silver a week. That's not bad. Not bad.
except you're working on a penalty of death, it sounds like.
Well, yeah, but
What time do you go to work?
I'm right now. I'm on the morning shift. Well,
What time
when the rooster crows. So like,
That's what time you show up?
yeah, when the rooster crows, we kind of muster out there in front of the gatehouse, and they give us our picks and shovels, and we go in there. And guards. Let's see, guards. What do you know? Let me see if he knows some of these things.
I kind of look at this guy's uniform. I'm guessing it's pretty beat up.
Yeah, it's all beat up. I mean, it's just working clothes. Really, yeah. I mean, none of these guys are in like any sort of uniform. Just like uniform is so much as a bunch of laborers, right? But very similar looking clothing, but it's not. Yeah, I want to say. Let's see. I'm trying to think how many. We asked him about guards. He says there's guards up on the parapets of the guard tower. But he never. But maybe about. Let's see how smart he is to see if he knows how many. He usually sees about 6 or so guards together, but he knows there's more. Just I'm not good at faces, but I know there's more. Maybe he tries to count. Then he tries to count again. Maybe like 15.
Okay. Is our whole party right there? Is our whole party there right
The
now?
whole party's there, yeah.
Okay. Could one of y'all stand here and watch this guy, and the other three of us kind of step aside and have a little conversation real quick?
Well, being that I'm not very intelligent, I'll be the one
Actually-
watching.
Actually, I'm just going to kind of whisper to Snake real quick. I'm to go have a conversation with the rest of the party here, and I'll stay here with my dog to watch this guy. Because I know he knows he can't outrun the dog.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere, man. He's
Right, and kind of discuss amongst the party, should we try to get him and his buddies, get everybody's coins, their work coins together, and show up tomorrow morning, act like we're workers, with everybody's coins, and then just kind of infiltrate the place that way, or do you want to, how do we want to go about infiltrating?
But in that case, you wouldn't have your gear, though, right? That's the only problem.
We have what?
Yeah, I think we ought to look for that ventilation shaft that the mayor or the headman told us about.
Yeah,
But taking the coins might not be a bad thing, because if you get caught inside,
Well, that's the thing. It'd be easier for us to pass as new guards because, seeing a bunch of heavily armed and armored guys, they are not going to buy that we are miners. And I don't want to be caught in this place suddenly working a near slave labor shift with none of my gear on me.
But that's definitely you can definitely lift some of those tokens from some of those drunk guys passed out if Zorik lets him know about that. That's not a problem. If you want to do that.
It's starting to sound like Caritas here may not know too much about what's going on in the guardhouse or what's happening in the lower quarry, where if they're trying to hide something, it's going to be in one of those two locations. The guardhouse, because it's full of guards. The lower quarry, because it's not frequented by the rest of the miners. This must be where these, mysterious nocturnal dwarves are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I believe it's down lower.
The vent shaft probably goes all the way down there, if for no other reason than it's a vent shaft. It has to provide air going deep down into the mine. If we go that way, if it's truly just a vent shaft, we're going to need to get if we're going to scale going down there, we're going to need ropes and gear and stuff, so we don't just fall to our deaths.
I do have 50 foot rope and 300 spikes, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I have 50 feet.
I bought
not very spikes. I also have 50 feet of rope.
I mean, if we wanted to try and infiltrate, I think almost our best bet would be to try and saunter up and apply for work as guards. But these guys don't sound too friendly, and it sounds like they're picking up miners. But if they're in league with the slavers, they're probably going to want loyal guys in the guardhouse. So yes, again, I don't think that we're going to be able to pass as miners if we're going in with swords and bows and armor and the like.
Right.
Yeah, definitely for the ventilation shaft, you probably need like a harness for the dog if you're taking the dog in, and you can ask him about any ventilation shafts. This guy, the prisoner.
I think time of day is going to be important. On what time of day we go. If the dwarves are working all night, maybe go into that shift change when they're all really tired.
Yeah, that's something he might know about. Does he know anything about the he probably knows that the miner shifts. Does he know anything about when the guards are most active? Like, is there a time when they're all going to their mess hall or whatever, where it's less active?
I guess. I mean, I just hear. I don't know. I know that we see these like a couple a couple of guards. Like we see a couple guards that kind of guard that gallery area, and I know they have like a little, I don't know, guard lounge, like on that level, on that quarry level, where there's a couple of guards. But we don't go down there. I just know a couple guards come in and out of there. Maybe some of the dwarves hang out there. I don't know. I've never seen any of the dwarves, but I know the dwarves like guard at night. That's what I've heard.
As a note, the guardhouse here we've been talking about, like, is it like a wooden structure? Is it a stone structure? Are we talking about a castle here? Because I imagine it's not like huge fortifications just to guard the quarry, but what are we dealing with here?
Yeah, the guardhouse. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of it is kind of like a small keep, actually. I mean, really. Yeah, it's a multi-level facility. It looks like stone. Yeah.
It overlooks the quarry entrance.
Yeah, overlooks the quarry entrance. Yeah.
Does it overlook where the ventilation shaft is?
No. Does not. Yeah, he says that. I guess let me see if he can describe. I know because I know. Well, I know there's an upper level. It's got parapet. It's got like it's probably like, you know what? It's probably like stone, but it doesn't have like stone walls. It has like more of a stockade type, like a palisade, as the parapets, quote unquote. And then it's like a stone base. Like the upper level, is like a wood and stone, and then it has like a wooden palisade and a wooden platform, and then the main floor is stone, and then there's like a drawbridge that goes to it, but then he tells you because he can see it, there's a couple set of double doors in the quarry, or like in the quarry level, right? So like in the quarry level, there is a way to get into the guardhouse too, from the actual quarry itself. And he doesn't know what's in the lower level, right? So, but it's kind of like a stone keep with a wooden palisade.
So there's a few levels under that guardhouse then, if there's doors that lead into the quarry level as well.
Yeah, yeah.
How many guards usually out there passing out the picks and axes and stuff?
Usually it's like 4 or 5, and then there's always some at the entrance to the cave, or the mine.
How heavily armed are these guards? Or like leather armor, mail? Surely you're seeing how tough these guys look.
Yeah, he says, like who's got? Oh, he points to Bronson. He's got chainmail. They look like him. Sometimes they have a shield. They have a sword like yours. Points to whoever has the broadsword. The guys on the top have bows. So it's pretty. It's. I mean, I don't think they're expecting. It's kind of highly fortified for like a place where there's a friendly village nearby, right? I mean, it's kind of odd. You would think. Like none of these Darkshelf people are like, marauding thieves or ne'er-do-wells. I mean,
yeah, this is pretty well armed for a limestone quarry.
Yeah.
This sounds more like if you were mining for like gold, and you had a mint nearby.
Well, they say we're gonna find gold. says Courteous.
I don't think it is gold. I think it's something more sinister. I don't know what.
No, I'm not saying that they're mining for gold. I think it is something more sinister. These guys sound like mercenary types. These guys are too heavily armed and armored for your basic run of the mill guards to keep a couple coin purses because you're hauling big blocks of stone.
Mhm.
Can you tell us, give us any more information about these bodies you've seen?
It looks like they're torn up by some big animal, bigger than a
Like-
dog for sure.
Like torn up, like there's nothing left of them? Like
No,
torn
like-
up to where,
Like body parts,
like body parts?
like bitten in half, like arms and legs. No heads though.
No heads?
Well, maybe they're trying to protect us from knowing who these people were. I don't know.
Well,
But
maybe
you
it's
said,
some-
but based off of the clothes, then you thought they were locals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long ago did this start?
Well, we've been here like for almost 2 months, maybe.
Okay. Does anybody have any more questions for this guy?
Yeah, I got another.
Yeah.
Did you ever overhear anybody talking about a guy named Quan? Does that name ring a bell to you at all?
Says nope. Is that one of the guards?
You think he's a local who went missing there, and we can't rule out that your employers or former employers may have abducted him.
Well, they pay pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, well, we're trying to make sure though that nobody else turns into a headless corpse, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Pay doesn't do a lot of good if you're dead.
no. Well, this is probably a good place to stop, you guys. As you kind of, I don't know if there's any other. If you could think of any questions to ask this guy, he's going to tell you. I mean, as far if he knows it, right? But I think it's probably a good place to stop, and you guys can talk about how you're going to approach.
Did we get names of his just superiors or?
The guards. He doesn't ask their names. He just knows of the Basili Iraq, or Gluthiel. You might know a couple guards' names, because I think the sergeant's name is a Luke.
Luke?
Yeah, Aluk. And there's like a sergeant. I've seen a sergeant around. They call him Sarge.
See that was a guard, Luke?
Yeah, and he probably knows the two guards that are usually at the entrance. I know a guy, Bernard, who kind of he's usually in there in the gallery, and he's got a buddy. His buddy's name is Ren or something, maybe. I don't really ask their names. I mean, they seem kind of mean. Well, I mean, I guess they got to stand around all day.
Does this guy know of the ventilation shaft?
No one's asked him, but you could ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes, oh yeah, of course there's a ventilation shaft. Else we'd all like die from lack of air.
Do you know if it's guarded or blocked?
I don't think it's guarded. I know there's like that lounge I told you about is kind of nearby, but not really. I mean, I know I sometimes they have us, clear out the area or under it. It's got he He says it goes. I know that it goes down, and I know it goes up, but there's like an iron grating going down, and there's an iron grating going up.
Do any of the guards ever come to town and hang out at any place in particular? Is there a local hangout with the guards?
No, they don't.
No, they all stay up there at the guard tower, huh?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I think this is a good place to stop.
Okay.
We've done character creation today, and gotten some of the adventure hooks. Got into a little scuffle. Yeah, and collected some gold. So hey, that's at least what 200 XP for you guys. Split up 4 ways. So
So do we get 200 XP from that, or do we get the divided amount? What's there?
you get the 50. You get the 50.
All right, so 55. I get a 10% bonus.
Whoop whoop. And you should get XP for the role playing and interrogating this guy.
How do I get my character sheet now? I don't know how to get back to it.
Oh, you should be able to it's where that book is, and you should be able to click on Bronson. Oh, you got dropped. You got dropped from.
Yeah, I'm going back in. Don't worry. I got it here. I did that myself.
Okay.
Go to the book. Okay.
Okay.
That helps. That helps immensely.
$84 to $88 is where you do XP.
So you said we got experience for role playing there too, or? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
So that guy was worth 22. I'll just do like they do, like in Hyperborea. So we've been. So our session has been about. So we start at 9:30, and we're about 1:30. So I'll give you 200 XP for participation today, and then another 22 XP for that dude. The 200 XP includes all the role playing and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Are you doing that part, or do I need to?
What do you mean?
Are you putting the experience in there, or do I need to?
You have to put the experience in your on your character, but I'll put
right.
So
Okay.
So I guess today's XP total is going to be without. I won't do the 10% bonus. You guys can add that in. So it's going to be 50 plus 22. That's 72 plus 200. 272 XP for today, and then any 10% bonus. Yep.
And then we divide that by 4 to go to each party member.
Oh no, that's that's total.
No. Oh, two.
I only.
270.
Yeah, I only divide the. This is probably an internal house rule that I use. I divide money and magic, but I don't divide like low level monsters because then that's kind of.
So 272
plus 27 would be 299.
So I'm trying to just double check that the 272 is that. So do we add the 50 XP that we're getting for the gold advance to that?
No, that's total. So 50 XP for the gold, 22.
Okay.
50 XP for your gold. That's your gold share. 22 for the this guy, and interrogation, and then 200 for participation.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
And then 10% comes out to 299 if you get the 10%.
And what attribute gets you the 10%?
Whatever
your class.
Whatever your class, yeah. So for you, it's probably wisdom and strength.
He's a thief. It'd be dexterity and wisdom. You'd have to have both of them, I would think.
I'm not a thief.
He's a cleric fighter.
Oh, cleric fighter?
Yeah, so wisdom and strength. Wisdom and strength, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for watching our character creation and our initial delve into danger at Darkshelf Quarry, which is A0 in the Assault Against the Slave Lord series. So thank you for my players, Snake, Lone, Greyhawk, and Wolsey. And I hope to see you again in 2 weeks when we play this again and get into some more action. There was a little unscripted action that happened. That poor miner, he'll never be able to wield a pickaxe properly again. But, shouldn't be throwing things at dogs. Anyway,
Right.
Thank you guys so much for playing, and we'll see you guys soon. Good night and
Yes,
good rolling.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Carl. Everybody.
Thank you, Carl.
Thanks.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks. Good talk. Good meeting you, everybody.
Yeah.